Go time. What's up, everybody? Tyrone E. Wilson here. I'm here with Paul and other panelists that may show up tonight to discuss episode 4 of the recent season of Ready to Love. The name of this episode was called uh, the Poly Pool Party,
Oh yeah.
and we are definitely going to get into it. Thank you all for chiming in with us. Feel free to leave comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As you know, I am Tyrone from the DC season. And Paul, go ahead.
I
Introduce
am
yourself, brother.
I am Paul Slash, aka PO, aka I deliver, aka everything else from Potomac. Y'all already know what it is.
Right. Where you want to start, man? So we're gonna let's add this to the stage, right? So we started off in the vault, the fellas vault, and of course, Tommy will always say what happens in the vault stays in the vault, you
Right.
know, until thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people see it. So this is the first time that we're seeing the fellas in the vault for the first time. I always like to see the energy amongst the fellas, as a group. You could tell a lot by how they're getting along and whatnot. What do you think so far?
I mean, I think they doing what they doing, but bro, I don't know. It's getting I don't know. It's getting interesting now.
Yeah, I think that you can start to see the connections grow. You can start to see the competitive spirit come out. And of course, production being a little bit messy, but it's cool. You could definitely see that. But I also feel like the other guys know as well, right? So there's a lot of there's a lot that's kind of going on behind the scenes. Like sometimes there,
Yeah.
although you are competitive, sometimes you want to be a stand-up guy. You want to respect, your guys. So if you see that they have a connection, you might not want to step on no toes or intrude or anything like that.
Right.
We got Lex. What's going on, Lex?
Hey,
Phil,
Lex.
you out there? We got Phil.
Oh, okay, Phil. Lex, what going?
we got Phil. What's good?
Medea.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of screenshots to the cast. Forgive me if there's a shot of you that you don't like. Um, it wasn't a lot of clear shots that they were able to get in the during the show. So the shots that I did get, it's all for good, right? It's no ill will behind it. Lex, what you thinking so far of episode 4?
Wait, I just want. Oh, I don't even
Well,
know.
introduce yourself first. You can introduce yourself to the peoples, and then give us your initial thoughts.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl Lex Royal here from the Ready to Love Facebook group. That's always been my same thing, even from radio. Like I used to be on the radio, so that was always my thing. Um, you know what? There was something I think when I tried to log on, it said that you were doing episode 3, but I'm like, I know we did 3 last week, so this is definitely episode 4, right?
Yeah, it's 4. It's 4.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, so I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm liking the show.
Oh,
Nah,
okay.
I'm liking the show. You know what? It's like they gave me back that old feel from like
Uh
the first few seasons of Ready to Love. So
huh.
production kind of did that. So shout out to them for that.
Uh
The
huh.
people, I'm not 100%. They growing on me, but I wasn't 100% happy with the people as a representation of Philadelphia.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
they growing on me, right? But I think it was cool. I think it was a cool episode.
Phil, what you got? Introduce yourself though first, Phil.
Oh, Phil's on mute. You can't do it
Okay.
on.
Yeah. All right. It's cool. But yeah, so while Phil's getting that worked out, the fellas are in the vault right now. Like I said, it's good to see the camaraderie between the fellas. It get a little hairy towards the end, but we're gonna talk about that too. Phil, yeah, still muted. All right, he's probably watching.
Yo, you
Diamond
hear me?
put that fit. Yeah. We got you.
All right, cool. What's up?
What's your thoughts on episode 4, man? Introduce yourself first, and then let us know your thoughts, brother.
What's going on? It's respectfully P, Phil G from DC. I don't even know what season number we were.
5, I think, officially.
We don't even matter, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was short-lived on the show, and that's my story. What's going on, brother?
Okay. Good. So
what's up,
we're in the vault. This is the time where Tommy says, don't send your representative and take them to a place that matters to you the most. So yeah. Hey Jay, what's going on? All right, let's talk about that. Tommy likes to make this point about what happens in the vault stays in the vault. So let's move on to this very first group date. It was with at Naim's gym. He's had it for quite some time. Deanna, Fritz, True, Sahara, and Khalil. Right, things get a little personal. We saw some interactions between True and Naim. We saw Fritz and Sahara. We saw Deanna and Khalil. So Lex, you go first. Let me know what you think about this group date.
I didn't realize they were all together, but the group date was cool. You know, I watched it. I am not gonna lie. I watched it on the fly. Like I'm coming down from New York and I watched it. So I didn't peep that they were all together. But I'm not feeling True. You know what I mean? Like at all. Like I don't know what her problem is. Do you want me to get into that or is it gonna like
Sure. Go
question my
ahead. Go ahead. Go
question?
ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't think Naeem was wrong. I know we joked about it where he was talking about like the bubble colors and stuff like that. Um
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Yeah, we lost
just
your vocals. Oh, there you go.
sorry. Hold on.
Oh, we got you.
All right. Yeah, I think her showing up late was disrespectful. Just everything. She just I like she, she was just time. It's just time for her to go. You know, her showing up late was rude. You know, even if she wanted to give a number, uh, um, a Google Voice number, whatever it was, even if she wanted to do that prior to them getting to know her and all that, I think it was lame, especially for the situation. Like you want to show or whatever, but it was just wrong. Her being defensive and everything is just wrong. Like it was like I'm trying to be politically correct because my show is about to come out and I don't want to hear the shit. But you know what I'm saying? Gotta be real though on some real shit. True
Tell
was
us
just
more
wrong
about
all
that,
across the
Lex.
board. Nope.
Tell us a little more.
Nope. True was just
All
wrong.
right.
You know what I mean? All across the board. I feel like if you dating, you know, you should be open to the process. She didn't want to give her age. Like all of that. Like, come on, sis. What you really doing there? You know? And then my thing is like, who is afraid to say 35? You know, you afraid to say 45. You afraid to say 44, 30, 49 or some shit. Nobody's afraid to say 35. Like, what are we talking about? And he talking about having kids, so he want to know how much time he got left.
Yeah, I mean, and they do have her age posted on the casting sheet too. So
Right.
I don't see why she would struggle with that. Okay.
Yeah, it was just lame. It's like everything with her is just a big secret. So like, are you there for love or are you there for the check? Next.
Yeah. So I feel you on that. One of the things that I liked about that date is you actually I saw a different side of Naeem, right? Like this is where I got to see him kind of open up see his personality a little bit more, see how, his interaction was. Because, I mean, let's face it, when they come out with the prerequisite of 5 babies and, multiple babies, moms and stuff like that, you ready to hear some BS, or, you chimed in and you wanting to see, okay, what is this dude really all about? But I mean, his interaction, and this, like I said, his personality is starting to come through. And from what I saw, I mean, given the fact that, he was on the bubbles or whatever, and I was like, that might be a little bit petty. But at the end of the day, when I started to see more stuff coming out about True, there was all of that other stuff that probably was omitted that we never saw. And that's what made it, look petty on his behalf. But the more and more we start to see, the more and more valid, what he's been doing, or the way that he's been acting, his behavior and everything has been, kind of spot on for the situation. But overall, like, I thought it was a nice, way to show everybody kind of, getting the camaraderie and all that other stuff together. What's her name with the that had the ponytails or whatever? Sahara or
Sahara.
Yeah, Sahara. Yeah, so I mean, I'm starting to see a little. Yeah, there you go. Starting to see a little bit more of her personality come out too, and I get that she's a firecracker-ish type of personality, but there are some people that like that level of, I don't want to say ratchet or whatever, but just that kind of rambunctious sort of, loudness, craziness. Let's shake champagne bottles in the club and get it everywhere and don't care.
Yeah, somebody gonna have to figure out why I didn't get cheese on my cheeseburger. You know what I mean? I feel like she would definitely do it.
Right, exactly. She going up in there. She going up in there for sure.
Yeah.
In their face, like, you gonna put some cheese on that burger, all right? And you gonna make it fresh too.
Yeah, shout out to Naim for being in business for, I think it was 7 years. I have a soft spot for entrepreneurship, especially if you're doing something great for the community. I did have extra questions about the Google Doc number. Like, I feel like production made it a point to have him say that like 7 to 8 times. And in a way, like, I understand, but I also feel like there's more questions to ask. Like, who got the number? How many times did she give it out? If you were the only one that got the number, it's still a means of communication. Do you know what I mean? If no one else got the number and you're the only one, I think that should still count for something.
Yeah. But
so had he not texted her and called her, he would have never seen any color, anything.
He's not the only one that got the number, though. That's the problem. She gave somebody else the real number and gave him the fake number, the fake.
We saw that?
Wait, where you see that?
Right.
Okay. See, this is what y'all missed this. When she was getting eliminated or something, she said, did you have a problem calling me? Did you have the right number or whatever? And homeboy was like, yeah, I had it. She was like, okay, so then what?
No, that wasn't it. She said, did I give you a fake number?
Right. And he said no. Right. So to me, she was implying that, well, you got the real number.
Nah, that's not what she was saying, I don't think.
What I took from that, right, was that you have some, and I'm a person who I gave out my Google Voice number, right? So you went through my Google Voice number first before you got the real number, but both of them ring my phone. So if you're going to argue about not having a number, it's still a number. Like, it still comes to my phone, but let me vet you first. I got kids. I need to make sure that I'm safe, right? Now, at the same time, you have different type of men that, as we would have called like gallus, because I feel like Naim is a gallus. And what a gallus is, meaning that you get girls, you don't have a problem with getting women, and women fall at your feet or whatever. That's why he's still on. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, even though he got 4 kids, none of the girls really running him, because they know at the end of the day, he still got that swag, he got the looks, the hair, whatever, all that case, so he's a face boy. So okay, so now he feel like, wait a minute, so I can pull these chicks, I could get this from them or whatever, but then here you come playing these games, you know what I'm saying? And then you giving me a fake number. So I felt like it was an ego thing. Now, mind you, she could give a fake number to the one with the dreads in his hair. What's his name?
Wayne.
Cam. Wayne.
Wayne.
No.
Wayne or Fritz. Oh,
Oh,
Khalil.
no, it was the other Khalil. Yeah, so Khalil has a different type of personality than Naim does. You understand? So Khalil could be like, well, you know what? At least I got a number. Some guys just happy getting a number. They don't care where it go to. As long as you answer it when they call, they're fine. So I think that's what the difference is. So when she's trying to compare man to man, it just really depends on the type of man. Some men is like, I'm not playing with you. Like, if I'm open and I'm vulnerable, I'm giving you my real number, then give me a real number.
Well, okay, but now, and I agree with 100% of everything that you just said. I do. However, in this environment, you've already been vetted, right? They already weeded and seeded the process so that you supposed to come here with your real A game, not your fake game, not the play game, not the stuff that you did in the streets. You're supposed to come here on some whole new, because
Right.
you're in an arena with people that are like-minded. So
Right.
don't come here playing them games that you play with them dudes in the street. Like,
Exactly.
or else why are you here?
That's his point. Why you giving me a Google Voice number?
Yeah,
that
exactly.
right there.
Right. And that should never have happened in this environment, like, is what I'm saying. It could have been anywhere else, but you do that stuff here. It's like, yo, man, come on, man.
Right.
Seriously.
And I think she looked funny on the date too, like she was hiding or something. I don't know.
I can see both sides. I really can, because I know, my business phone number is important to me. I know if I ever see that number pop up, I'm gonna answer it, because I don't really give it out to that many people. You know what I mean?
But business supposed to be business. I got a business line. I'm not taking personal calls on my business line, unless I don't like. If I give you my business line, I don't like you.
Right, but it could also mean that if this phone rings, pick it up. I could put my personal one on do not disturb. The business one, not necessarily. So like I said, I can see both sides. I hear both of you. Phil?
I say like this here, man. You just gotta be like Michael Jackson and stop playing with these kids.
I know you refuse to get the Google Voice.
Nah, man. If we're being real, I don't care what number you give, as long as you're responding, bro. I'm not mad at her for giving the Google number. I'm really not. Like, if that's how you want to protect yourself, who am I to tell you otherwise? If you don't respond, I think the problem with her is the way she tried to explain it. I think that is where she sounded mad, iffy. She wasn't confident. She sounded like she was making something up on the fly. Like, if you're gonna do that, you gotta stand on it and be like, hey, this is the reason why I'm doing it. I'm very protective of my family, my kids, whatever it is. You gotta stand on it. You can't be, well, nah. He had every right to call you out. Like, you're not being real. You're not being real. I don't care what number you give me as long as you responding. Now, later on, if we out here after a while and you know who I am now, you still playing these games, then I would have an issue with it. As long as you're responding. If you're not responding when you give me the fake number or whatever number you want to call it, you're going to get this work. You can't call me out for nothing. You have to take it and be like, all right, you know what? I wasn't interested. I was leaving you on. But Google number or not, man, as long as you give me the number.
Yeah,
she didn't have to give me the number at all.
In this environment, though, bro, like, you would think that, people would be just, on the up and up. So he's still playing games.
I don't know, man. I've dealt with some weird people.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I've dealt with some weird people. Hell,
Yeah,
one of my numbers got out after the show, so I can understand it. I wish I would have given the Google number on that one.
I feel you.
That would have been a smart thing. It might have. It would have been a smart thing. My phone blew up. It was like crazy. So I can understand it. I can respect it. But again, as long as you're responding to the number, as long as you are communicating through that number, if that's how you want to do it, that's how you want to do it. It's a number. As long as I'm getting my message through to you, we good.
Yeah. And then I also felt like she was making this energy shift, in this conversation right here too. It didn't come off well to me,
Can I say another thing? I hate the gym dates. I really do.
Yeah.
I really hate the dates. I went on like 5 of them. They weren't authentic. Didn't feel real. You got me doing some random workouts that aren't even cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if it's really his gym.
Yeah, my first one.
They had me invite people multiple times to the gym, and I'm like, yo, bro, I don't even live out here. Like, they had me bring my own weights to a studio one time, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Me and Dante are literally like, yo, we're trying to come up with a gym routine right before. Like, we had no idea. It was hot as hell. It made no sense. I hate the gym dates. Like, look at her. He is not prepared for the gym. I don't even think this is a real gym. I think this is some backyard studio that they just playing around in. I'm gonna be real.
It looked nice. I think it was Naim's. But I do feel you, Phil. Yeah.
Does he really have a gym?
I think so. They mentioned the name. I didn't catch the names. My bad, Naim. But they did mention the name of the gym.
There's no hate on him. I'm just saying. I know.
Yeah.
I didn't have a gym.
Production.
It was a gym date. You're like, yo, Phil, invite everybody here. Come work out. Come up and lead this work. I'm like, yo, what? Me and Dante are like online looking at videos to try to help these women. Like,
yeah. I was at Walter's boxing gym for the first group date. Like, Walter's a boxing coach, so I'm in there like, damn, okay.
I think that's neat.
I didn't know he was a boxing coach.
Yeah, man, he good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's neat that production would allow you guys to go into your place of business and shoot there and advertise it and stuff. That's dope.
Yeah, I do have a shot of it coming up later, but production actually asked us if we knew anyone that had their own place because they were willing to trade some promotion for using their place.
Yeah, that's dope.
So, yeah.
Isn't that how it always is?
Man, yeah. I put down 1 million places. I didn't get to go to one.
Exactly. Oh, I did. I put all the places that I put down. They took somebody else did.
Yo, that happened. Yo, I was so mad. I heard Dante went on a date at my spot. I'm like, nah, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all rat bastards.
Nah. I wanted to quit. Like, nah, y'all not gonna have me on another gym date while these dudes is swooning in my special place.
Right.
We good with True and Naim.
Yeah.
What about Sahara and Fritz?
This was awkward.
Yeah.
Homeboy was like, how do I get out of this?
Yeah.
How did I get into this?
Yo, you a lot. You know. For me, for him.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to text me, tell me how to text you, then there's a problem. To an extent.
I don't think she was wrong for that.
You telling a man to text you smiley faces? If I do it now, it's gonna be whack.
Well, no.
Exactly. Would you put hey friend? Hey friend.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think she's just trying to be able to tell through his communication where he's at least with her, and he's texting her like a friend. So I think it was just an example. I don't think she's telling him like, yo, I need this, I need that. It's kind of like, well, you texting me friend when I should be getting smiley faces and hey boo and stuff like that. I don't think she's wrong for that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like she's trying to, figure out where she stands. in terms of, like, are you with it or not? Because if you're not with it, this is, kind of the avenue you're going down. But you can't tell a grown man, he need to be sending you this and that. Like, come on, man. Because if you tell me that I must, then I'm not gonna do it. You feel me?
It's
Can
a
I?
Because
lose.
I'll PO.
Because even if I do it, it's a wrap. It's like you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, yo, you ain't doing this because I text you because I told you to do this.
That part.
Can I say something? I'm gonna be honest with you,
Mhm.
right?
Uh-huh.
And I think I have a little bit more insight only because I am actually in Philadelphia and I don't date Philadelphia men
Mhm.
because they don't really know how to talk to you. They talk to you.
Mhm.
You have a lot of people that talk to you as if they're talking to their homeboy. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like you should be talking to me like I'm a man. On top of it, I'm Jamaican anyway, so I don't want to hear the N word. I don't want to hear bro, like certain things I don't want to hear definitely. But then at the same time, in texting me, it should be a difference. In talking to me, it should be a difference. You
That's
talk to a
true.
woman differently. And I feel like, I mean, I think personally, Fritz knows that. I think Fritz is trying to draw a line in the sand to let her understand, without being rude about it, you know.
Mhm.
But he could have just said, "Hey," minus the friend. But at the same time, I don't think she's wrong for standing her ground because she understands what it is and what it takes. And when you interested in somebody, what you're looking for, you know. I just think that with Sahara is that she's just, I'm not gonna say misunderstood because she is who she is, and I think everybody sees it. I think that she's trying to get away from it and she don't even know how to.
Mhm.
I think she wants to be in a feminine place. You could tell, she got work done. Like, her boobs is done. I think she got her teeth done. So she's definitely trying to um grow to be somebody better and do something better. But I think as far as like her delivery, just everything is it's just kind of ingrained. But you give her a couple years, you never know. So she might be there, but she
I
wasn't
think
wrong.
I think she would have been better off being like, hey, because of X, Y, and Z, this is why I'm not feeling this connection. I think she would have came off more mature, more feminine in that moment, rather than telling you you didn't text me a smiley face. Like, who cares about a smiley face? Excuse my language. I'd rather you just keep it straight. I may be embarrassed, but I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna be like, damn, she a real one. Like, she called me on my shit, not
Mhm.
yo, if you text me a smiley face or a kissy face later, I'm gonna be so happy. Like, no, you're not. Stop it. She's not even interested in that boy. My man Fritz is in it for the ride. I ain't mad at him. He looks like he just you like, yo, I'm here for a good time. I'm on TV, man. Let me play this out. Hey, friend. Like, yo, I'm not good. My man's chilling. Look at the pose.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
Mhm.
this. He
mean,
practice this in the mirror.
yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, y'all
But
know there's gonna come a point in the process where you gotta let the woman know where she stands with you, but without
Mhm.
getting the negative vote. So it
Right.
seemed like he was just still trying to communicate, but let her know that it ain't there. But the
Right. Right.
same way
Right.
that I believe it was Angie that confronted Wayne, I
Mhm.
feel like Sahara's doing the same exact thing. Like, what is it? The same way that Fritz asked Koly, what's going on with us? You know? So
True.
I
I
think it's very similar.
I think Fritz already established early on that he liked Tay, was it?
Yeah. Yeah. He's smitten.
Right. So I think he's just, yeah, exactly what you said. What it was. He just letting it be known. But that Texan hate friend was OD though. Like,
Mhm.
come on. You could
Yeah. I
have you could have
mean,
hit it a little bit better than that.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I think that's his way of
Hey, girl.
acknowledging. I think that's his way of acknowledging her. But at the same time, not
Mhm.
telling her that I'm interested. Don't even get the clue. Don't even think about
Yeah. He probably like, damn, you should have kept that to yourself and just kept it moving.
it.
You know what I mean? We cool. Now I got
Yeah,
to publicly not like you.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I
Yep.
think she could have saved herself. She could have. I'd rather you tell
So
me straight up.
Yep.
I think Paul, you had said something earlier where you was like you saw a different side of Sahara. You starting to like her?
I mean, I don't know if I'm liking her yet, but I think that she has, like, I think that what it is the energy that she's bringing. If you're not exposed to people like that, if you haven't been around a lot of women like that, then you would never get her.
Yeah,
You understand? But there are some dudes out there
it's too much.
that like that rah energy, like, yo, let's go get them. Like, let's, you know what I mean? And they in the club and they jumping on, couches and everything and doing the most. And there's just people that do that. You feel me? And I mean, I like her for people in, that's in that space. I think that she's genuine, like she's not faking nothing. She can't. She don't even know how to.
Right.
She's unapologetically her. Period.
Yeah.
And there is no deviation. So her thing is this: while you guys want to softer me, I ain't giving it to you because that's not who I am.
Clearly,
and that's the part that I appreciate about her.
Yeah, I like that too. Clearly, somebody else like it. Clearly, other people can handle it. But we're gonna get into that.
I have a quick question.
A little later. Yeah.
Phil, do girls tell you when you date women? Do they tell you that you're nonchalant?
Am I nonchalant when I date women?
Yeah, like
Have
do
I
women
been
tell
told
you
that?
like,
Yeah,
oh,
I mean, I've been told that like in the past, but I think that's something that comes with how you're feeling about somebody, right? There are times where I could be honest about myself, right? There are times where I am nonchalant. I could admit that, and there's reasons for it. There could be how I'm feeling about you at the time. During this show, if you're referring to that, yes, I was being nonchalant for a reason. I didn't know how to proceed with doing all of this, dating 10 women at the same time, trying to get an understanding. That shit was hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a completely different environment, but the conversations I would have off camera were very direct in regards to where I stood, right? And that's why some of the stuff that you see, I spent hours on conversing with people off camera that were never shown on camera. It's like, yo, right?
Right. No, I wasn't going off of your season. I was just going off of some things that you say when we talk now. And you're like, oh, that doesn't bother me. I don't care about that. I don't want to, you know what I mean? So it just gives like a nonchalant.
No, but I'm being real. Like, especially when we go back to the number, right? We're all grown. If I can communicate with you, it's like, yo, you tell me like, yo, hit you on Instagram. If I hit you on Instagram, you respond. It's the same shit. I'm communicating with you. As long as you reciprocated. If you ain't feeling me, I'll be like, yo, just tell me right now. Go cry in the car. It's cool. We all grown. It's literally that simple. I think we are for what her environment is and how her family structure is set up. Man, if you want to protect yourself, I'm 100%. Who am I to tell you that I don't know what she's been through? Who am I to tell you, yo, you're wrong for giving me a Google number? If you respond to that Google number, we cool. If you don't, like, it is what it is.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, Mr.
Right.
Politically Correct. Who you on now?
Yeah, get uncorrect.
Next up, we got a group date with Tay, Rocky, and Hussein at Cam's house. And they start playing this game. They start drinking, look like tequila, right? And they start talking about kissing body parts.
Oh,
what are we thinking?
Yeah.
So, okay, wait a minute. Firefighter, that's Cam?
That's Hussein.
Hussein.
No. It's Cam.
Okay, right.
I don't know people's name. Look at this.
I know. I'm still trying to learn these folks. So now I see him in his element, right? He's at the crib. You know what I mean? He's feeling a little bit more, sure of the situation around him. He's hosting people. He's got he's kind of got his little swag, his little vibe going on. So like now I'm starting to see him come out of his shell. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was an interesting, I thought it was an interesting date. especially when they got to the body part stuff. I was waiting to hear the, you know, the wretchedness, and I was slightly disappointed, you know, that they didn't they didn't get it, you know, because you know how they did us. They made us like we was the effing season, and you know,
Y'all did that on y'all own, Paul. Come on,
we didn't
man.
do that. They did like
Paul, we know what it is.
You
bro.
could bring up the
All right, bro.
game.
You're doing the
They
same
came up with the game, but y'all thought of the questions
Y'all-
on your own.
nah,
you can't use the editing route, Paul. You can't use the editing.
They
ain't
did.
They ain't edit the
Like,
words,
production
Paul.
could
They ain't
say-
edit them words.
Nah, but
Y'all
listen,
should
no,
play
what,
Never Have I Ever.
nah,
but
they
then-
now, yeah. So something. I mean, yeah, no, they didn't edit the words. What I'm saying is, like, they had scenarios set up.
They had an iPhone up there. They hit you an iPhone like, yo, say this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's what they did. But no, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, they kept it kind of classy. I was like, you know, because Ready to Love is man, I'm telling you, they will make you look like you trying to F everything on two legs with a heartbeat. You know. So
I'm,
They
I'm,
definitely
I'm,
will. They definitely will.
I'm starting to see Cam get himself in trouble, man.
mhm.
We're
I think Kim was cool.
gonna talk about it more. We're gonna
I
talk
think Kim
about it
was
more.
cool. I think
Huh?
Kim was cool. I think Kim was cool. Kim was the one that was like he didn't want kids. Now all of a sudden he wanted kids, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what I was talking about, right? Yeah, he seemed
Yeah.
cool. He seemed like he was finally getting into what the purpose of being here was. In my opinion. No,
To
I'm
get
real.
everybody.
Huh? No, at first he was just like, you know what? I'm here for a good time. Like I didn't want kids, but I can be convinced right now. But man, this was a dope scene. This was
It'll be fun to try.
I'm giving respect. I'm trying to take back my
Yeah.
comments from before and be like, yo, I thought this was dope. I think he was actually being genuine and being real. In this thing.
Any other thoughts on this? I think we're gonna move on to I think it was Rocky who started telling her backstory about, you know, how she didn't have it so well at the beginning, and I really gotta respect that, because me personally, I remember that point of hitting rock bottom, and I think rock bottom can be beneficial to a lot of people because it'll really let you know who you are, how you're gonna move on from that. So it's good to see her go from the way that she explained to thousands of people watching her tell her story. So
let me just say something about this, because this is the part of Ready to Love that I don't like behind the scenes, because what they always like to do is say, oh, dig deeper. We want to pull some more stuff out of you. And that's what they do. And it seemed like, the producers cornered her and got her like, yeah, we just want you to, tell us more about you and this and that. I know you have a story deep down in there, because that's what they do. And she came up with this. And I mean, I respect it, I mean, I have a whole story with me, right? That's going to be in the book. But no, but I have a whole story.
But Paul,
Yeah.
like, like even in the initial interview, there was a very informal interview that you probably did in your house or in the kitchen.
Mhm.
And then they called you in again
Mhm.
to do another interview in front of
Right.
associate producers. So so like you said, I'm pretty sure they were aware. And then but I'm pretty sure this was also not the only conversation they had that day.
Right. No, I mean, listen, so let me just say, it's not a knock on her for, for what she shared, because I mean, your story is your story. My thing is that, I get it. Some people might want to get to know you, but that's for me. I'm not gonna go and tell, people that I was like, doing what I was doing in order for them to get to know me, because you might want to not know me after you know me. I
Facts.
mean, and
No, I
you
agree
know what
with
I'm saying?
Paul.
Like, yeah, I did like, I did stuff, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not for the whole world. Everything is not for the whole world. Like, there you do have to have reservation on your sacredness, and use that. I mean, unless you on a healing journey and you want to spread the word and get everybody like you, kind of some inspiration. That's cool. It's just that this is for me, I would say great aim, bad target, because this ain't the theater for the movie that she was playing.
Okay. Um, I see what you're saying, and I definitely respect that, and I feel that, right? The only
Hmm.
thing is, I've seen from the group where they've thrown a lot of people business out there. I don't know who's searching these people and doing background checks and throwing their business out there. Like, I've had mug shots thrown out. I've had all types of, like, I can't even begin to tell you the list. Some things I've even held back, like domestic violence. There was I don't know if y'all know, there was a an account that popped up ready to lie, and they was trying to
Oof.
tell stories on everybody from the cast. And they wanted me, I'm telling you, they came at me and they was like, I want you to share this and I want you to share that. And I'm like, I'm not sharing nothing if you anonymous. Like, show me who you are. You know what I'm saying? And then we can talk about something. Cause I believe in saying that shit with your chest. Like, let me see who you are, then we could talk before I just start spilling all these people business. But when they came to me with the domestic violence thing, I was like, nah, I'm cool on that. I
Mhm.
can't, I'm not gonna research it, and I'm not
Mhm.
going to put it out there just to damage somebody. So I say that to say maybe she got in front of it,
Mhm.
because maybe somebody might see her and now that's going to be the story.
I
I
got
don't
you.
know. Then you got a
I
lot of
feel you on
haters in
that.
Philly. Yeah, you got a lot of
Yeah,
haters in Philly too. So they probably like, that's that girl that was in the crack house and da 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 da. You know what I mean? So it's like,
no doubt.
tell your story, get in front of it before it come out.
Yeah, that's true. I feel you on that. You know, I just think that there is a way to allude to something without being so much detailed.
Right.
And
But you
I could say, like me, I can tell you that I grew up around the worst people in the world. Okay. And I don't have most of my childhood friends are dead. Most of them, except for two of them. And one of them is in jail for murder. The other one is still living. So, given those odds that I came from, do you think that I grew up, playing hopscotch? No. But at the end of the day, I'm not. I wouldn't sit here. I mean, I would paint the picture and tell somebody, yo, I come from a very bad background. However, I was able to escape that, and I leaned on my resilient side, and whatever. So you can articulate yourself in a way that is digestible and not so much, indulge in all of your personal background. And if somebody finds out, then you can say, you know what, that's what I was talking about. But there's trillions of ways. Like, I mean, I'm not trillions, but millions of people that follow this show, and they listen to this, and so now you will be forever painted as, that's, you don't want that to be your main story. Like, oh, that's the girl who said da 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 da,
That ain't
and
gonna be
then,
her story. They
well, we
gonna think
don't
about the
know.
girl that they gonna think about that girl that came in and looked like she came up off the street.
But if she goes next and she doesn't have an opportunity to, show a different side of what she talked about, that's going to be how they remember her. How you
I agree.
go is how they remember you. Listen, the people that go first round, you be like, who was that? I can't
Mhm.
even tell you the first person from all of the shows that left.
Right.
But you know who the last people are on that show too. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm
sorry.
saying? So how
Right.
you leave is how they remember you. You feel me?
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Paul. I think, and I agree with you that production probably has something to do with that. I don't think, because remember, this is filmed months ago, so it's not like something that she's just picking up and realizing that they're exposing people. Like, I don't think it's something that maybe she did. I hope she did. I hope this is something that she really wanted to do. I know when we were filming that they try to use my mother a lot on dates, and that was something that bothered me heavily. Like every day, it was like, yo, they have somebody holding up an iPhone, ask him about his mom so he could be open. And I was like, yo, don't play with me like that. Don't play with me. Like we will have some real beef. Like there's certain things I don't play around with. And I think that it could be something that she could have been put in like Ty was saying. Like, yo, it's real. They have you in front. They make you do these interviews and ask you about something that's very traumatic for you or something that you've overcame in life in a multitude of ways. And they do it again when we're doing the in-person stuff. And they kind of egg people to ask you about that. So for me, I hope it's something that she wanted out there. And if she did, cool. If she didn't, it is something that, like P.O. was saying, it is something that could damage you beyond this show. This is not something that, you know, we all got careers, we all got lives outside of this. Mm-hmm. This is something that you are sharing with a lot of people that could have adverse effects past this show. All right. Nobody had to know that. So if she's sharing that, I pray it's something that she wanted to do and she can stand on it. That's her story. But if it's not, I got a problem with that. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of times, man, what people don't understand is you go on this show, right? And their producers are good at their job. Their job is to produce content. And so they make you feel good about sharing these sort of stories or whatever while you're in that environment. And then they have the opportunity to play with that however they want to when the story comes out. So they can break that story down however they feel like it. And then, you know, like I said, in the contract, if you read your contract verbatim, if you decide that you don't want to do it anymore, you can just get up and leave. But they have the right to end your story the way that they want to.
Yeah. 100%.
Period. And
100%.
You can't do nothing about it.
Hell, they used good. My fault.
No, good. You good, bro.
They used a clip during the interview process that I wasn't even thinking, like, you know what, this is not filming. We're just talking, like, you asking me personal questions. We just having a chat that's never going to be seen. And I said something about my ex, and then I quickly backtracked. But when it came out, my ex sent me the meanest screen recording. And I was like, yo, I had to sit there like, yo, this is not how it was said. Like, I said this, but I also added context in terms of how we broke up. And they will use whatever. And that's why even during our season, I used to be like, yo, whatever you say, they can use however they want. Your parents, whoever's going to see this, I don't care. Like, you're not going to catch me doing no stupid stuff. It's crazy. And my lawyer was like, the only way you can get out of it, just sit there and be quiet.
Yep.
Just sit there on the chair and just be like, nothing. They can ask you to talk, say nothing. Guarantee you get off the show real quick. Mm-hmm. I had my lawyers on it, like, yo, just say nothing, just sit on the show. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Bill's favorite phrase, I could definitely see you as one of my tops.
Yo, nah, you ain't gonna put me out there like that. You know why I said that too. You know why I said that. There was a lot of drama going on behind the scenes.
I know.
And the women on our season were relaying who's top in what order. I was like this. Y'all ain't gonna get me caught up. The person who was at the top at the time knew who was at the top. Everybody else, like, you know, you're one of my tops. That's it. It's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
Man,
one of my top 10 tops.
I'm gonna be real. That was the hardest part because you don't know who's who. You don't know who's who. everybody's playing this game. There was so much ish going on in the background.
You ain't
That we were
lying.
hearing stuff that was coming out of all the girls meeting, the guys meeting was just being put out. I'm like, yo, there's too many leaks. There's too many leaks. I ain't telling nobody. One person who was number one knew, and when they weren't number one, they were informed that they weren't number one.
Yo,
Who was that? What?
let's get to this. Let's finish up this group date. We did get to see a little bit of Hussein. I think they're doing this on purpose. You know, I think they're holding Hussein back on purpose. We're not seeing a lot of him, which makes me feel like it's going to end well for him. You know, and they just saving that to tell his story, getting everyone else some shine. Then we also saw Cam, you know, express some things about himself, so some vulnerability, talk about some of the things that he dealt with in the past, to include depression and other things. So mental health came up. Cam, if you ever want to talk, let me know, bro. Let me know. I definitely wonder how his profession affects his life, and he was able to tell that story. He was able to get a hug. He did get a lot of hugs this episode, and we're gonna get into that too. I'm praying. I'm wishing him the best. I'm hoping he handles it well. I don't feel that way, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping it works out for him. If y'all see my notes, we'll talk about it later. Any thoughts? It's for the next date. It's for the Cam and Rose date.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I think it was cool.
Yeah.
Yo, Lex, what? That was the most shady, cool. It was cool.
No, it was cool. I mean,
that age.
They really it was like one sentence from him, right? It was like 1 or 2 sentences for him to you know, tell a little bit about his story as well, and then they moved on. Like the audio, just listening to it didn't seem normal.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I really don't like any of that background stuff, to be honest with you. You know, I don't know. For other people, it might make them relatable or whatever. I don't like hearing all that. I don't want to be on the first few dates and you just drop that you was depressed in my lap, because then now it's kind of like, do I like you or am I sympathizing? You know what I mean? Is my empathy triggered now? You know what I mean? Like, damn, now he depressed, and then now next thing I don't want him now, and then now I gotta stick around and say it better because he might get depressed again or something. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to think about that stuff. You in a better place.
I said that's part of real dating. Like you're dating women, and you're dating people, and you're gonna find that it's that difficult balance of managing a relationship, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it's somebody you're just talking to. That happens. I've been through it. That happens. He's like sitting there, how do I get myself around this?
In the beginning, in the get to know you stage, like that's too early. That's too early for me.
It's ready to love.
Compressed. Like you have
this is speed dating on crack. I just want to let you know this speed dating on crack. We were on season 5 by like the end of week 1. Right. And I was like this, like, hold up. I thought we were just why am I having 6 outfit changes? Like I went on 5 dates and I was tight. Because they're like, yo.
So wait. So let me ask this then. So then, because it's compressed, does that mean that you're comfortable with the people? So that's why you're sharing? Or is it that producers are forcing you to share it?
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
If you're asking me, I think it's a combination. I wish I saw the show before I did it, because I probably wouldn't have said shit. I probably would have just sat on the couch and said nothing. But I'm being real. I'm like, yo, I'm looking at how my man's moving. I'm like, yo, he's moving fly. I should have did this. This would have been cool. But I think it's because of the fact that you're on such a compressed timeline, and they're telling you like, hey, you have to get to know, you have to start sharing. And like we were mentioning before, they got them dudes with the iPhones sitting there like you can't even see it. Like, hey, talk about this. And it makes it tough. And even I'm gonna be real. There was some dates I had to go on. They had to give me iPhones or topics because I'm like, I'm talking to everybody at night. I already know everything. You want me to repeat what I just said at nighttime? It's hard. They're like, hey, bring this up, and I'm like, cool, thank you. But it's like it's real. You are like you have a compressed timeline, and the second somebody has your number, it is nonstop phone calls. It is a job. When you get home from work, you either got missed calls or you're on the phone trying to get to know these people because when you're on camera, you don't have as much time and you don't get the dates that you want. You don't get the dates that you want. There was so many times I'm like, I want to go and date this person. They put me on somebody else. I'm like, all right, well, now I've already talked to this person like 12 hours last night. Mm-hmm. Hello.
Or you don't get the date at all.
That's
true.
On camera.
Yeah. Shit. That's true.
So it forces you to come up with topics to open up because just like everybody watching, right? Even right now, I'm like, yo, these bullshit. Like I said about Fritz. Fritz is chilling. He's cool, but I don't know what conversations he's having in the background. Right. Don't. He looks like he's chilling. He might have been on the phone all night. Like, I really don't want to talk to you right now, Sahara. We talked last night. I don't want to relive this. Like we did this last night. But it's real.
True.
It's a full-time job on a compressed schedule. You get numbers. This is a hotline.
Go time.
It is. It is a lot.
It's go time.
I ain't gonna
got you. Okay.
So we got Cam and Rose, and I have my thoughts on this. You know, she came in excited, open. I always liked her energy. In every single scene that she's in, they have a really good conversation. So these was my notes. I said she was happy to see him. And then in parentheses, I said, this may work. But then I said, he'll fuck it up, though. Like, those are my thoughts, man.
Yo.
Because I think Cam, I just feel like, and you'll see it later in the elimination date with and I'm prepping y'all, that elimination date with him and Sahara. I'm seeing more than what they're showing on screen, you know.
Right.
Okay?
You seeing more about Cam?
Cam and Sahara. There's something Sahara was telling us what it is. Listen to what Sahara is saying. She's telling us what it is. But we're not there.
Yeah.
She's saying that she need, but he asked her a really good question about what does she need in a mate. He didn't ask her what she wanted. He asked her what she needed, and she mentioned stability, communication, trust, and then she mentioned that every man has cheated on her. So clearly she's a hopeless romantic, and she's not going to give up. So I want to know what y'all think because I was about to go off on this topic. So who wants to take this first?
I'll take it. I think that she has really good energy, right? I felt like she was genuine. She came in super excited. She is pumped, like waiting for this date to happen. Now that could have been, a little bit of supercharged by the camera, but at the same time, she didn't seem like she was disappointed. And like the energy between the both of them, they was playing off each other. I mean, I really think that, this will probably be a genuine connection. I think like because Cam doesn't really have, from what I'm seeing, I don't think that he's got a really good in with the ladies, so this might be like his only the only one that's coming after him. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like, it's kind of like he, in his mind, maybe he might want something more or something different, but this is in his lap. And he's probably like, yo, I'm just glad I got one. I'm just glad I got one out this bunch.
Nah, I think he got more than one.
No, I'm just saying though, but
I think he got more than one.
That energy is different with this one right here.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
Different. So the other ones might think that, okay, yeah, he's a, firefighter, and he might be attracted to them or whatever. They may think that, but she's actually, I'm not gonna say running him down, but she's coming after him. Like, so she's diving in to his energy, and it's different when you have somebody that like you, but they want you to put in all the effort, and most men, I feel like, some men in certain professions probably feel like, yo, I don't want to have none that I got to put too much work into, and this is it right here. So I'm good.
Yeah, I think she clearly got a what you call it? I think it's called a secure attachment style. But you was gonna say something, Lex?
Yeah, but I'm gonna go last. Go ahead, Phil. What you got?
First off, I'm gonna back Ty up. Ty says that in real life, he will tell you don't fuck it up, and it'll make you fuck up because you've been here thinking about what the hell Ty tells you. I thought this date was a vibe. I'm gonna be real. I thought it was a vibe. Now, I definitely think I would love to see. I want to see if they're gonna do the X dates for her because I want to see who her exes are. I really do. It's like, yo, you can't tell me you've been cheating on every time. What? At some point, the common denominator, they say at some point. So I would be interested to see her ex dates. I would say in terms of this date, I said before, I think Cam was being cool. Now on this date, he seemed a little bit too cool. It's like, my brother, what is it that you are trying to accomplish? Because it seems like now he's just having a cool relationship with multiple people in ways that don't seem to make sense. I don't get the vibe that they have, even though this was a dope date. I think this was a date that was probably the best date I've seen. That seemed natural. It seemed like they were having fun. I didn't like the comments she made, but I think it was a good date. I just don't see him being interested, and especially after she told him that she's been cheating on every single time.
So hold on. Let me just tap into that last thing that you said, Phil. Now, for men, most men are not. I mean, there's just a few reasons why a man would cheat on a woman if he's in love with her, and that's either that's just what he do. That's just what he do. He's a cheater, and he's always going to be a cheater. That's how he live his life. Or you're too conservative, in areas where a man don't want you to be too conservative, or you just ain't got that fire. So, I mean,
if
every man's cheating on you, you might not, you might not do what, sometimes you just gotta, you gotta swallow your pride.
So I've done some research on this. Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna be real about this. The reason why, look, if you've been cheated on every single time, that's unfortunate. I feel for you. The reason why you don't tell men this is because men want that desire of like, yo, you're desired by many. If you tell me you've been cheated on by everybody, it's like, I'm probably gonna cheat on you too. I need to find because it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm being real.
Yeah, it's not laughing at that.
You tell me everybody cheated on you, that's gonna be in my head. It's gonna be like, yo, so what's my reason gonna be to cheat on you? Because there has to be something wrong with you. And that's not cool. That's where certain things when you're dating, there's over communicated. And she's standing on business. That's her story. More power to her. I would tell her like, yo, leave that part out till after you secure the bag. Maybe after you get them.
Yeah.
Tell them why you dating me. It's like, damn. Well, I need to find out why people cheating on you. How can I do that?
I've done some extensive research on this cheating topic, and I consider myself well versed. Not me.
So wait,
course.
Is it cheating in general? Is it cheating in general, or cheating, or Rose cheating?
No, I'm gonna break it down.
Cheating.
I'm gonna break it down. I haven't. So one of my claims to fame is that I've been faithful. I ain't gonna say
wait, Ty. Before you do that, let me lock up Rose real quick before you start your confessions, because that's what it sounds like. You about to do some true confessions.
These are my confessions.
Real quick, I just want to say that last week I told you that I think that Cam and Rose belong together. I don't know if it's going to be a trauma bond or whatever the case may be, but I think they are perfect for each other. I think that Cam still needs to come into himself and Rose will help him get there. Reason why, because I guess you want to call it a secure attachment, whatever kind of attachment she is, she's in a space where she definitely wants someone. She will put up with a lot. She's going to endure a lot. And Cam in his growing stage, they it's gonna be a good balance. So really and truly, these two really need to hook up in real life. I don't know if they know. Maybe they're gonna step in their own way. But everything that you said about her being cheated on, I can't believe she came on national TV and said that shit. Her stock dropped so much, and I don't even understand it. But then at the same time, you would think that after a couple of times, you got to kind of stop yourself and take a reevaluation and be like, well, you know what? Maybe I need to change this up and change that up. And I don't think she did. I think, you know, she might be a nice girl. I like the fact that she's not bitter. So that's a great thing that she didn't come on bitter. She don't got the attitude or whatever, and she's still open to love. That's very nice, but she is aging out, so it's time for her to kind of like do something quick. But
Yeah,
I called it last week. I just want to say that these two perfect for each other.
yeah, I agree with you, Lex. But I also feel like in a situation like that, um, it could blow up. A relationship like that could really get hostile towards the end and blow up. I mean, I have some questions, right? How many times has she stayed? How many times has she forgiven a person? I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of men have different hunting styles, and I'll just say that
Mhm.
we have different hunting styles, and I feel like Rose's personality fits Cam's hunting style. He ain't got to do much work. I'm Cam. I look good. I got good teeth. I'm not gonna do most of the work, you know. And
Hey,
and
Ty,
I and I feel like that's what's going on.
can you give us your
So
professional view on cheating? I
yeah,
want
yeah,
to get
yeah.
back to.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. So men, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, ladies. Subconsciously, we are trying to figure out if you've ever forgiven a man for cheating. If you ever admit that, a lot of us is gonna feel like, okay, I got at least one pass. I got at least one pass. If you don't want your man to cheat, tell him that cheating is unforgivable. You're out. There's nothing to think about. The reason, listen up.
You're
The
looking into the
reason
camera.
the reason a man cheats is because the thrill of the hunt outweighs the loss of losing the girl.
Mhm.
If that girl was the best thing that ever happened to you, you wouldn't risk it. You know what I mean? You just wouldn't risk it. And if you knew that if you got caught, she's out, it's gonna it's gonna help her case. So I would like to know, how many times has she forgiven people, and is she admitting that in her relationships? Because that could be the common denominator, not the fact that it's her and her personality and she's a nice person, but she's constantly telling people, I've forgiven the first man and the second man and the third man because I wanted to work it out. So now the fourth and fifth man is like, all right, I got at least one hall pass in me. I just got to use it wisely. And dudes is assholes.
Can,
Unfortunately, go ahead.
wait a minute. Wait
You may
a
not want to
minute.
hear it. I'm
I
telling you the truth.
respectfully disagree with that. Thank you. I'm not an asshole. Thank you.
So wait
Respectfully.
a minute. So I grew up under the thing we have a saying, puss on dog don't have the same luck, right?
Right.
So just because a girl might forgive one guy, don't mean she's gonna forgive every guy. So
I didn't
that
say
I
that.
think,
I didn't say that. I
Mhm.
was asking how many people has she forgiven?
yeah, but no, you said that when you get to the fourth and the fifth, they're gonna think that they got a pass because she let somebody in the past go.
Why wouldn't they think that? He's the fourth guy.
But I just told you why, because puss on dog don't have the same luck. Meaning that
Well,
one guy, it could be different. Like suppose
Yeah.
Mhm.
you have some women. All right, let's be real. You got some women. Let's say the guy cheated on when she was younger, but he was paying all the bills. You know what I mean? And she was living with him, so she had to kind of do it because at that time, if she leaves, she homeless. You know what I mean? But then the next guy, she got on her foot. She established herself. She got a career. The next guy, he tried with his nonsense, and she put him out. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be totally different. We're
You,
different
you're
stages of where.
you're right. And during our discovery phase of you, we are figuring all that out. We are asking those questions without asking those questions. What was it about that guy that made you forgive him? What was you going through? What was going on in your life? How can I duplicate that so I could possibly get a free pass?
So then let me ask you this: why would a guy go in it looking for a free pass when he could just sleep around and do whatever?
Because he can.
Right. I
Because you're
think
allowing him to. You're letting him do it.
Look, I wanna
That's my brutally honest opinion.
I wanna ease up. I want to take back a little bit. I think that I don't agree with her saying this, and I think she may be a sweet girl. I really want to question whether every man is cheating on her. Maybe she's saying that for shock value, because I'm hoping that's what it is. It's the sympathy angle, because every man is a lot. I don't know how many men. Maybe she only dated 2 people, and that could be it. It could be that she is this sweet, deep down girl, and it's going to come down to the right man. I disagree that these two are the best. They are made for each other, right? Like, no offense, my man looks like he's pulling outside of the show, right? He's a firefighter. There are a lot of women that are drawn to that. Even if you're ugly, you could be a firefighter and an ugly firefighter, and you still get women. Right. I think that this would be even though I said it, the date I thought was probably the best date that I've seen. Looks natural. I think this would be horrible because I don't know. He's going to get some attention. Can she handle the attention that comes after this show? Can he handle the attention that comes after the show? There's going to be a time where I think that trauma bond is going to blow up because I don't know if they're 100% healed. She came in, she's not bitter. I don't think it's that. But if you have this thing where every man is cheating on you, it's always going to be in the back of your head. It's not something that, I went to therapy and it disappeared. No effing way. If you've been cheating on every time, like she said, every man you date is going to be that question. If he comes home late, you may not say it. You may put on a brave face. It's going to be like, I wonder what he was doing.
And this right here is
it.
You should wonder. If I sit there, if I'm with it, if I come home late, you should wonder. Like, hell, I'm going to be thinking about it, even if I'm doing nothing. Like, damn, if I'm coming home late, she's going to be thinking this. Yeah. It's one of those weird insecurities that you just can't, until you've been done right, you're not getting rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Every man, I'm hoping it's like one man that she's ever dated. Then it's like every man is like one guy. Then it's not that big of a deal. If it's been like 3 to 4, 5, maybe more, that's wild. You're not getting rid of that. And that's going to be a horrible situation for him because he's going to be like, even if he's the greatest guy, she's going to be on him a little bit more after this show. And that's going to be a comfortable situation because he's probably used to a lot of freedom.
This is another one of those situations where we're oversharing, right? And it's okay to say you have dealt with men and had, there was not good fidelity or infidelity in that relationship. But when you go out on the limb and say, I'm so bad of a person that all my dudes cheated on me, because that's what we hear. That's not what she said, but that's what we hear. And we're trying to find out what is so bad, what is so wrong with you that you just keep getting cheated on. And then that's we're on notice. So all we do is vet you all day long. And we want to know, okay, is it the way that you look in the morning, or is it, is it, you don't know how to dress, like what, or you're just not sexy, like what is it? And you're constantly just looking, though, you're looking for a reason to pair that up. So, I mean, it's never a good thing to say to somebody, I'm just not him, or just not her.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, and everybody just finds a way to cheat on me.
You said don't know how to dress. Men cheat on women because they don't know how to dress.
I mean, it could, if a woman
Yes.
doesn't dress sexy enough for a man could be like, yo, I ain't like, you know, you look like a, you know, a teenager.
You walk around with your bun all day, it may be a problem.
The cost
my-
of losing that goes down.
Maybe.
But why not just leave her?
Because we don't have to.
We don't, yeah, exactly. It's like, well, you're good for other stuff. It's just, you know, you're just not hitting the mark. So
I think
some dudes just have a lazy hunting style. I talk about this a lot. Like a lion in the prairie, like they're lazy. A lot of dudes is lazy. Why would I go hunt a full-grown buffalo when I may struggle? Not saying it's Cam, but we seen him struggle when it's time where he needs to actually try, right? Like talking to Tay. He ain't really even know what to say to her. But if you could find a three-legged antelope, not saying that Rose is a three-legged antelope, but if she ain't gonna run too far, you ain't gotta do too much work.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot easier. This is
might
just
be
the
a
way
guy-
the guys think.
Listen. Look at it like this here, Lex. You ever go and get oxtail, right? And you get the oxtail, and then you get it, and you're like, yo, the rice and peas, oxtail good, but the rice and pea, rice, you know what I mean? It ain't that good. And maybe the planting in them is, you know, okay, it's all right. You know, you might take a little bite out of it, but you don't fuck them oxtails up.
But I'm not gonna go back.
You're not gonna go, but you're not gonna throw away you're not gonna throw the whole plate away though, right? Because you found something good on there. So you ate what was good, and you ain't fuck with the other stuff.
Right, but that's just one meal. I'm not gonna turn around and make that my favorite restaurant. If I know that you messed up and it's something that I don't like, I'm gonna eat it right now because it's there in front of me. But then tomorrow I'm done with you. But I asked you. But we talking about cheating. So why would a man get in a relationship with a girl that he know is not hitting all of his marks? Like
it's not gonna be a relationship
Because man,
it's not gonna be a relationship. It's going to be an ongoing evaluation, and he's going to say, I'm going to stay here until I feel like I can't get over this BS that's keeping me from being a whole man. And it becomes the tension of, all right, you know what? I'm over this. I can't take no more of this. So now I'm going to walk away. But a man is always going to look and see what type of value is really in this woman. And he's going to constantly evaluate that until he gets to a space where, you know, it's either no longer valuable or it's so valuable that, you know, I can live with this bad part that would make me want to cheat.
I'll give the rational response, the more rational response. You're asking why would men cheat? And I think it goes back to one, men, I'm not going to say men. We are boys who have not come into our own yet to understand what our value is, right? It's more of a psychological thing. We are not mature enough to handle relationships, even though we act like we are. And it's just fuck boys out there. I'm gonna keep it real. It's just those that's like, yo, this is a sport to me. This is a hunting, and I'm going to collect as many,
I'm going to LeBron this thing. I'm going to stay in the game, in the league.
You know,
I can't get my numbers up.
But let's be real, right? Like the times have changed. You don't have to do so much for girls to sleep with you anymore, right? A lot of them, they don't even really be pressuring you for relationships anymore. Why can't you just sex her and be with her, hang out with her whenever you want, without getting into a relationship?
Because
we don't want nobody.
A lot of women don't want to be cool with that.
Yeah.
So what?
And it's a lot of immature guys that don't know how to have that conversation.
Yeah, and not only that, if there's the other part is this. A man, and I know this is probably wrong, but a man looks at it like this here. This is me. Once I jump out and somebody else jump in, it's no longer me. And I can't have that. So I'm gonna need this to be me and just me, period. Because if you once somebody else jump in, it's like pissing the pool. I'm not getting in that pool after that.
So there was a comment about the three-legged antelope being wild, but I got a question for the ladies. The question is, do you know which one of your friends is the three-legged antelope? Exactly. And if you know, best believe we know by the way you treat her, the way you walk around with her, the way when y'all go to the bathroom, you put that weak one in the middle. And dudes be paying attention to that.
Wow.
So,
wow. I just want to say this is really impressive to me. Ty has brought in a three-legged antelope as his analogy. The PO's been talking about Jamaican food and oxtails. It's like, yo, you guys, I'm learning. I'm taking notes. I'm going to use this in my future. I'm like, yo, bro,
okay, Phil.
like, you ever see a lion attack a gazelle before? Like, yo, this is impressive. I just want to say A+, guys. A+. This is
Okay, Phil. Yo, bullshit.
I like it. Nah, I like it. Good stuff, fellas. I appreciate you.
Okay. Are we good on this?
No, wait, no, you was gonna go. You was telling us about your history of cheating. You had a history of
it
cheating.
wasn't about me. It was about my research into the topic. Studying a lot of my friends.
Let's hear it.
No, I gave
talk
you the
about
reason
Phil.
why men cheat.
Talk about Phil without actually saying it's Phil.
I have never seen Phil do anything negative. I ain't never seen.
Damn, I'm a good man. Like, that's crazy. That's wild. You probably trying to dirty my name out here.
Just joking.
I'm like the good one. It's crazy. At least I try to be.
I don't know. Them quiet ones is always the worst, but whatever.
And I feel like production is kind of setting us up because another thing that I pay attention to is the background music. And they had a really good telling song, background song for this date about falling into your arms and would you hope it's about falling in love, falling for someone. So I feel like they're trying to set up. They're trying to set us up.
They put that on a couple of days for me. I don't buy it.
I never paid attention to the music.
Right? Yeah, her energy is like she's smitten. They're trying to show that she's smitten for him, and
I think they're gonna
I don't like it, man.
I think they're gonna set it up for like a downfall. It's gonna be like, yo, this is it, and then the tragic, he's gonna do something crazy, and it's gonna be like, oh man, she's hurt.
I think it may be another situation where it's a guy's inability to be honest about the situation. You know,
they set one of us up every time. One of us gonna go down. Like, oh man, it's a good one, and then boom,
the
villain.
Seen that before, right, Phil? Would it be like, I like all y'all. All of y'all are cool with me.
Yo, the hope not. You ain't gonna. We gonna talk about this after. I'm not gonna let you.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you.
Ty got some unresolved beef with me.
Saying you.
Ty got some unresolved beef.
I'm not
this
talking
my man.
specifically.
It's like, yo, Phil. You know all about that, don't you? Everybody's your favorite.
Not specifically about you.
Yo.
I'm just saying you have seen it because dudes have done that on our season. That's what I meant.
Can I ask a question? With you guys, with your experience of being on the show and things like that, and you watching it back, can you tell when cast members have actually hooked up physically beyond the show, and you could tell their interactions on TV?
We do it all the time. We do it on the panel all the time. We do it on the panel.
I don't know. You think they're gonna hook up?
Yeah, he smashed.
We do it all the time on the panel.
Well, y'all saying he smashed?
Yes or no? I'm not saying that.
I'm not going into it. I think
I don't.
Grown. They all grown. I'm not going into that. I'm not throwing nobody out there like that. Like, yo, if you doing that, you doing that. I'm not. You're not gonna have me dirty in somebody's name. Like, I think they smashed.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to see if it was a thing that because you guys seem really observant and you know a lot. So I was just wondering if it's something that you yourself could see, like if y'all could peep it.
Lex, who you think smashing this?
I don't really pay attention that much, but I think these two gonna smash, but I don't know if they did it yet.
That's gonna be
Maybe.
crazy. I'm telling you, he's gonna be an epic downfall. He's gonna be the good guy. It's gonna be the tragic ending. It's like the soft, dark classical music for his downfall. It's gonna be sad.
And I think that a lot of people is gonna throw it at Fritz because I think they chasing the bag.
I told you, Fritz is here for a good time. I'm not mad at my man.
So the one thing I don't like is that like we laugh about Cam's downfall, but unfortunately, Cam's or any of the guys' downfall would also mean that one of the ladies gets hurt, right? And that's something that we definitely don't want to see.
But it's a question of if
that's not a guarantee, though,
or if it's real hurt. I don't like the manufactured hurt.
I mean, here's my thing. Can I be honest?
I don't want the manufactured hurt.
Here's my thing. How is it? This just goes to show you like how crazy this is, because we filmed all of like 6 weeks, right? Probably, so we're talking like a little bit over a month and a half. How in the hell are you gonna be in love with somebody after a month and a half, or be broken, hurt, and if you didn't smash, right? If you didn't smash, like if you never even touched it or whatever, and you just on the show doing all this, and you sit there talking about you hurt and whatever, then there's something internally that that you gotta get worked out, because that's like looking for love in the wrong places. Like, you just want somebody to, love you and do this and do that or whatever, but you ain't loving yourself, because there should be no way that somebody should be able to break you down after knowing you for a month and a half, no physical interaction. You ain't meeting these people, you ain't spending really good time with nobody, because you don't have the time when you're filming for the whole month or whatever. Like, you're either at work or you're on a date on the show, and then your ass is in the bed. So that has to make sense.
Good time. Time's outside.
Outside. I mean, what's the inside joke?
You're absolutely right, Paul.
Nah. I think there's a lot of people that catch feelings, though. You have girls that catch feelings off of just talking to somebody on the phone and stuff. And I do believe that it is internal, like you said. They should evaluate themselves, but they so caught up in their feelings and their emotions and the lack thereof that when somebody starts paying them a little attention, that they get hooked. Maybe men do it too, but I definitely know women do it.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this here. Like, you could be involved with a woman physically one time and it might not be nothing. Second time, it may be. But after that third time, they in love and they expecting a relationship and they want it all. Like, you they man, and that's just that. And that even applies to, if you made it clear to them you didn't want no relationship, you do it to them 3 times, in their head, you still they man. Period. And they and let them see you out with somebody else.
Don't do it to them raw.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough time.
We gotta move forward, y'all. Let's talk about this this pool party at Fritz's house.
Oh yeah,
we got some things
Yo said, "Oh yeah."
I'm gonna let.
Listen, I tried my best.
Yeah, our pool party wasn't like
they
it.
put it. Nah, I mean, it was close. Nah.
We had Kory and Walter swimming against each other. It wasn't like this.
Yeah, we had we were able to see some things here. There was some things we was able to catch. Right, there was like a whole 10 straight seconds of
Look at his face. He's saying right now.
Yeah.
He's like, she got a lot of future behind her.
Yeah, then he got caught. I think you noticed. He got caught.
Clearly
but
Yo,
got the
Ty, hold up,
she
Ty. How
got
you
the
get
body.
these screenshots?
Bro, I'm just
Ty got all the facial expressions.
I'm
Yo,
just taking shots of what was shown to us. You know what I mean?
That's the poly
That's
pool
it.
party.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, so Naim seen it. I mean, I'm sure if we was there, we'd probably have a similar expression. And you could hear him. Like you could hear what he's saying.
Uh-huh.
Like,
I don't believe that.
hey, you
I
know,
would not.
Yeah.
I would not look.
you'd have been a gentleman.
Been a gentleman.
But I mean, it was out there. I didn't see no seasoning
No, it definitely wasn't.
on these patties. So I might get on Eddie about that. I manned the grill for our pool party, so. But yeah, it looked like it looked like it was pretty live. So
That
y'all
looked like
got
a
any
good
thoughts on the pool party?
I mean,
The pool
Well, it's
party
up
looked
with-
fun. I'm glad they got in the water.
mm-hmm. Yeah, but see, you know, it would have been a mess if one of you had seen one of them weaves floating down. I was worried about that. You
No,
know,
I don't
but
think
it
they would
seemed
have
like
showed that. They
everybody.
wouldn't have showed that.
Nah, but I mean, I was, you know, my thing is if it don't match, don't attach. So sometimes you could see that mismatch when you get the water on there. And I didn't see that in there. I was like, I was cringing.
That's
Like,
crazy.
please don't let these people's weaves get flipped up.
That's crazy.
But yeah, but they look good. They're in their natural hair and stuff. So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, we got to, you know,
It looked
get
fun.
some more reveals. We got to see more people be vulnerable. I thought it was really good to see Kiara tell her story and everyone you know, really hear her out and support her.
Oh,
So we
the
got to
baby
learn.
dad.
What's my
Yeah.
man's name? Oh yeah. That was a good part.
Mhm.
What's my man's name with the Dominican dude?
Cisco.
Cisco, yeah. So Cisco gives me, he is like the what do you call it? He's like he gives the balance of like how Clifton was on our show in terms of the demeanor that's calm, but you know, just kind of there's a reservation-ish type of side to him. Now, you know, Clifton, on the other hand, knowing him personally and being on, you know, knowing how this, you know, how we was on the show, Clifton was hilarious, but his demeanor, they made it kind of like how his is. So they caught those calm shots or whatever with a little bit of humor. But, you know, Clifton was, he was a cut up artist. But I feel like they're trying to make him into that sort of mold, like that kind of character. You know, I could see them trying to blend that off.
I definitely agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen nothing from him. To be real.
Right.
I'm like,
but that's the thing. You're not going to see right now. We already know he's going to make it to the end, but they have this. Yeah, I could tell you right now just by the way that they're being real discreet with his camera time. His camera time is real discreet. And it's kind of was the same way like Demetrius when Demetrius was on he probably had like one scene, you know, every, you know, 1 10-second scene every episode. Is very limit. They limit the time on these people because they want to give you all of that content in the end.
that makes sense.
Interesting.
They got to get the, you know, people getting eliminated out, get their stories out.
Yeah, that's why they're focusing in on them up front. So the people that you see the most of is probably, with the exception of the outrageousness, you know, those people that you see the most of is going to be the first to go.
Do you guys see any organic connections so far?
You know, my man right here and the flight attendant girl, what's her name? The skinny
Koly?
chick?
Koly?
Yeah, I think those two right there is gonna. I think they're gonna be something. I feel like, like I said, they got that energy towards each other. She seems like she's kind of open towards him, not so much the other people around, but it seems like she found a good thing in him, and I mean,
Mhm.
it looks like he likes her too.
We're not there yet, though. We're not
Oh,
there
my
yet.
bad. Oh, my bad. Okay. Oops.
So we got two more things to talk about. Angie showing emotion. So we talk about Angie and Eddie really quick, and let me know if y'all think there's anything there. And we'll talk about Koly and Fritz after that.
hmm I mean, there might could be something here. I mean, I think that she'll probably be, part of his story at some point. I don't really think that he wants her like how he wants old girl, but
Okay.
I
don't run
don't know.
that light.
I don't it's green. I don't think Eddie want any of them
Hmm.
I'm with you.
for the feeling. You know what I mean? Just what he giving off. I think he's just playing it cool. He's just doing what he got to do. But I haven't seen him have that kind of like smitten type look with anybody. Even with Koly. That's her name. I don't remember her name. Koly, whatever.
I don't
Did you
think he's
just call him
smitten.
a lazy lion? Is that what you just called him?
I don't think he's a lazy lion. I just think who he wants just might not be there, or
Okay.
his type, or maybe I know what it is.
Hmm.
The
What is
group
it?
said that he lives with his baby mama.
Oh
You
Lord.
see, I can't
I
be out
forgot.
here. Man, you got to be solid before you go on the show because that's wild
Yeah,
that they
for
found
sure.
that out.
Yeah, so and
Yeah.
that's real good intel right there. The whole time he's taping, he lived with his baby mama, so he on chill. That's what it is. Okay, gotcha. I forgot. My
Damn.
I
bad.
mean, he could
Why
also
would
be
you?
doing, his work in the background. He on the phones. He
Yeah, but
operating
he
out the
definitely
line.
not. Yeah, so he being good on the camera, so he could do it in the background, but he being good on the camera. But that's what I was saying, because I'm like, I'm not seeing it in his face. But that's the reason why, because yeah,
I'm
maybe
trying to
after the
figure
check
out,
clear,
how do you do a whole show like this and live with your baby's moms?
you
Nah,
tell
I've
your
heard some
baby
wild
mom
stories.
that it's just for TV, it's just a check.
I've heard some wild stories. I heard even on our season, I've heard some wild stories. I'm like,
Damn.
I'll be
I
like,
mean,
nah, I'm too fucking. You can't be having me out here. Mm-mm.
so let me ask you something. How would you feel your baby mom on the show? She pregnant on the show.
Mm-mm.
That's cool. You know
Like,
what I'm
get it,
saying?
sexy. Get it, sexy.
No, I mean, and realistically, like I mean, if I could see if I could see if the pay was, significant, but the pay ain't not like what I made from the show anyway. Is something that probably would have taken me a month to make in my regular real world, and that's totaling all the checks. Okay, like from episode 1 to the reunion.
I lost
There ain't
money.
no money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There ain't no money in that.
I lost a lot of money on that.
Yeah, but there's no money in it for you. That don't mean that these people ain't coming up off the some of them, I don't know. Because I've seen people where they gave fake careers to and throw them in there, and some people didn't have a house and they put them in places and Airbnbs and all that stuff. So I mean, everybody don't start where you
Say
at.
say it with your chest. You could say that pool party was at his house. That's what you're trying to say. You like they put him in the Airbnb, subtly put that out. I feel you. I hear
Oh
you.
no, you know what?
I
I
hear
was
you.
actually thinking about this other dude from I think he was in Houston. It was the Houston
Oh,
season, and he had like
yeah, you
two
talking
big
about
dogs.
yeah, you talking about what's his name? From New Orleans, the dude from New Orleans.
I don't know. He was from he was telling the girl like, you gotta like my dogs, you gotta like my dogs. But at the end, it came out that he wasn't living anywhere, and they put him at Airbnb, and they called him a fitness trainer.
Oh, and they gave him
But
some
You
I don't
dogs.
talking
remember.
That's
I
about
don't remember his
Joel? Was it
name.
Joel?
wow.
Was that
And they
your
give him some dogs. They want to recruited some dogs to make this man a family man.
No,
Like,
I mean,
Yo.
I don't know where the dogs came from, but that's what he was saying to the girl. Like his scene was like she came into the house and the dogs was there, and she like, "You're not gonna put the dogs up," So I
that's
don't know.
wild. That's wild. They went and
Let's
gave him
Yeah.
that man some dogs. Why
let's
can I get that? I'll take that
rental
over a gym
dog.
date.
Yeah,
I'll take
rental
that over a gym
dogs.
date.
I don't
wow.
know.
Let's get this one last conversation in about this pool party, and that's with Koly and Fritz, where she asked him about some of the hashtags that he's following. The only problem I had was that I heard him say he wouldn't even be able to make that happen. And I'm
Make
like,
How would you know?
come on,
make what
bruh.
happen.
If you got $100, you can make that happen.
Make what
You know what I mean?
happen.
The
Being
poly
poly.
life. Yeah.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
know what?
Polyfidelity.
I'll go last.
Well, what I got from that, I think that he was cleaning it up for TV, cleaning it up for his family. Like I don't remember where I got it from. If he had actually said it, like maybe his mama might be watching or something, somewhere
Mhm.
along the
Mhm.
line. It was kind of like he's trying to keep his image clean. So I feel like that's the thing. But I also feel like you can't really judge a person for the hashtags. Like sometimes I'll be moving too fast and I might just follow it for the time so I can come back to it.
Mhm.
I don't know. Don't judge me for my hashtags or you're gonna get hurt.
But here's my thing. This is like IG stalking to the best because like I don't know how to follow somebody and figure out what they following, whose pictures they liking, and all this other shit. Like, just talk to the man. Like,
Paul, are you saying, not to cut you off, are you saying
hmm?
you ain't never look at your cast IG?
Oh, I look
Look
at
at
my cast. I look at my cast IG, but I don't go in and be like I don't know how to find out how I don't even know how to find out if you are following something. I don't even know how to follow a hashtag, to be honest. I don't know how
right.
to do that. And
I don't know how to do it either.
yeah, and so my thing is like for somebody to know that I'm following that. Like, did you
Yeah, that
what university taught you this? Because it ain't just like regular
stalker.
information.
I
Yep.
actually teach a class called Open Source Intelligence. Pretty good at it. I got quite a few presentations on YouTube.
I'm
I
gonna
like
be
Ty
It's
real.
so
very
much.
easy.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like this
be.
here.
A
I
lot
feel
of it
like
is public knowledge.
yeah,
Marriage,
but I
court
can
cases.
understand. I can understand that when you get serious with somebody and you ready to introduce them to your family and all this other stuff, then yeah, you want to really do your background due diligence and all of that stuff. But for surface level people, I don't even have the time. I want the gigabytes or the kilobytes of back that I use to search for something dumb like that. If I mean, he don't even know. She don't even know if she's interested in this dude. So why go so far to utilize all of this extra time just to invalidate him as a potential or whatever? It's just dumb. It's just stupid. There's nothing there. You don't have anything invested. You guys haven't connected or whatever. Like that's just like going out and really like saying what kind of dirt can I find out on everybody that's on this show. Like if you got that type of time, cool, but come on, man, it's just stupid. It's dumb.
She
I'll say this. Okay.
No, I was gonna say she and I actually talked about it in the group too, because I said it was psycho. And she's like, "What's psycho about that?" And I'm like, "What you talking about? Why you got so much time on your hands?" Like that's the part that I'm really worried about. And then at the same time, how do you know this? So it is giving stalker, it's giving insecurities, it's giving a lot. I don't even want it. But I'm the type of
Mhm.
person too, like I'm not gonna Google you. You know what I mean? I'm not doing all that. I see, if it's something that's need to be seen, I'm gonna see because your behavior, anything that is inside of you is going to come out. So all that I'm gonna
Mhm.
find out anyway by being around you and stuff like that. I don't got time to sit down and be Googling stuff.
Right.
I'm I'm gonna be real. Y'all know women are like FBI agents on the low.
Oh, I know.
All right. I've had people find stuff about me like, yo, how did you do this? I'm like, yo, women are good. Women are good. They're gonna check. I'm not gonna call her psycho yet because of the fact that it just seems mad weird that she found that out. I think that could be a production thing that, you know, she's just standing on like, yo, they found out and they're like, yo, ask them about this. That would seem more realistic in this situation because if she's not checking them, that's wild. First,
Right.
Second, my man was lying like crazy. Ain't no way you are telling me like, yo, I follow NASA, but I don't like, yo, my man. Please hold up. Look, come closer to the camera.
He said, I can't make that happen.
Bullshit. Like my man said, I follow chefs and I can't cook. Oh, so you telling me none of this polygamy shit popped up on your timeline ever? You never saw none of it. Like, look, I follow some weird people, but I can stand on it. I'm like, yo, look, this is why I can give you a straightforward and I'll stand on it. Like, yo, you can judge me all you want. It's my pages. I do what I want. But I'm gonna look into the camera again. My man, please spare us. Spare us. All right. It's cool if you into it. You know, some people like tea, some people like coffee. I get it. If you stand on it, you probably could have been in some, you probably could have convinced her. You never know. But you're not telling me that you are sitting there telling me, you know, I was gonna say something, but let me not even try to get canceled right now. So let me be real about what you follow. And yes, you can click some random stuff. And if you find it, you be like, what? His reaction would have been like, yo, I don't even know I follow this. That would have been more. That's something that I follow a lot of things. All right, bro. All right.
So wait a minute. Isn't poly just basically cheating with permission? Like, what are we talking about? So why
you're not cheating because you're open. You're not
right. So that's what I'm. But right. So I think that's just anybody is going to be interested in it, especially if you're a cheater.
Nah. You could like so there's it's ethical non-monogamy. It's not cheating because the other person is aware that it's going on.
Right. So now you got to the age where you tired of cheating. You know, especially if your money long. So you like, you know what? Then let's just change it and be poly.
But
so now I ain't got to cheat.
But he curious because he wants to understand more about it. There's a reason why he ain't have no hashtag doo-doo sandwiches because he don't want to know about doo-doo sandwiches. You know what I mean? It's a reason why I didn't do hashtag Philadelphia Eagles because I don't like them, right? Or the Yankees.
And there's nothing wrong. Right? There's nothing wrong that he likes.
Stand on it. Yeah, like I have the Patriots.
Yeah, also, what's his face did it with the dungeon from Dallas or whatever. He had
I do want to point this out though, right? You see all these women that's out here and they doing this little silent stalking thing. The shit should stay silent. You know what I'm saying? Because really and truly, like, say if you got that, you learned that, right? So you learn that you can turn around and search somebody's hashtag. So now you can see what your man is doing. You don't have to tell him. You shouldn't have said anything. You should have just watched it at the end. You could have been like, you know what? When you got into the ladies' lounge, you could have been like, you know what? I'm not dealing with him because he in that poly life. And everybody be like, oh my goodness, what you talking about? Where you get that from? I seen it. And just left it at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you had to come and pull this card and this, that, and other. So now you're going to have all the men start hiding shit.
That part is 100. That was exactly what I was about to say. Like, you got to move with some discernment. There's a lot of secrets I know about my cast that were shared with me, and I would confront you about stuff off camera because I understand that we all got jobs, we all got a life outside of here. I'm not trying to embarrass nobody. It's about me being protective of you and your image. Now, if you want to respond wild to me, then it's free game. That is something that you should have probably asked my man's off camera because you have set him up for failure, right? That is. Even if he had a good answer, he's gonna be caught off guard. Like, yo, how do you know that about me? Right? It's still gonna hit you. Now he's still lying. I'm gonna be real. He's still lying. We want to make that clear. But that's something that if you moving on this, you got to be able to. It may not make for good TV, but if you in this for the real reasons, you are doing this behind the scenes. because you are not trying to damage people. There's a lot of people that go in here like, yo, I'm gonna get my moment. But if you real about who you are and you stand on business, you're doing this off camera because you are putting that man and you are putting his business out there. Now everybody probably went to his page like, yo, let me go see what this dude really is about. Like he may be into some wild ish.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy. That's unfortunate because my man could just been like, yo, I'm really curious. I mean, if you're curious,
right.
Yeah.
For
So now, Ty, so wait, Ty, I got a question. How do I hide my hashtags now?
Stop following it.
Don't stop putting hashtags in there.
I'm about to go. Hold up, Lex. What's your page? Let me go
For the record, ladies, do your research. Especially if you're starting to care about the dude or starting to care about your time being.
Don't tell him to do no research. What kind of research?
Listen, I got a sister. I would not tell her, go 6, 8, 9 months and have it just come to you because dudes can hide a lot of stuff. I teach a class on how to hide stuff off the internet, right?
Hey, Ty, so I want to tell you. I want to repeat what I just said. You want to do that? You tell people off camera. You don't tell people to go look at and stalk men. You tell them off camera. You tell your sister in private. You don't come on here and start telling the world to go. That's crazy, Ty.
I didn't say stalk.
Lock it up. Lock it up.
Research. Open source research.
I feel like when you start doing that, digging into stuff, it just gets messy. And people already be in their feelings. Like, soon as you don't call them back one time, they start tripping and getting all crazy. Where were you? This, that, and the other. I seen this. You was on Instagram. This, you liking this girl picture and all. Like, come on, man. People already crazy with that stuff. You should have your sister. If you solid, your sister should have solid insight. You tell her how the men think, how to operate, and how she's supposed to move. She's supposed to trust her intuition, and she's supposed to understand how the man deals with her and stuff like that. And it just go on from there.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Lex. Have you ever accepted a job without researching the company?
Depends on how much they paying.
Well, to be honest with you, I was a kept woman, so I never had to work. So I didn't research nothing. So I don't know. So yeah.
Well.
Okay. I digress. But my suggestion would be, go ahead.
But I've had relationships. I've been married, and I didn't have to Google anybody. And I know, like, even talking, like, you could just tell, like, there's certain things that but see, let's say I am going to retract. So when you've had good relationships and you had good men and love, then you will know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? There's different things that you can see. But if you damage and you don't know, but see, when you damage and you start searching, you're gonna start tripping over everything anyway. So, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. Just heal yourself and love yourself and start going from there. Because when you start that searching stuff,
you're gonna find it. You're gonna find what you're looking for.
But see, then that's a way. But that's a way for her to get canceled. Because he's going to go back to the men's lounge like, yo, shorty, man, she a trip. Like, she's done stalked me and da-da-da-da-da. And y'all better watch out for her.
Until they say, what did she find, bro?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be like, but see.
Hold
on. But here, around a bunch of men, if you say something about, some poly shit, it ain't gonna hit hard. That ain't gonna hit like nothing. It's like, poly. Oh, okay, yeah, I feel you. Whatever. You know what I mean? And they gonna look at her like, what? Like, why you in this shit? So that could go left, for her quickly.
But for real, me hearing poly don't hit nothing for me either. Like, if a dude, first of all, I don't got the time to look. But let's just say somehow I seen it, or he was looking at it, or it happened to be on his page and he's exploring it or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to trip with that either. Because poly is supposed to be that you up front. So eventually he going to push it to you like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to do this? How you think about an open relationship? What you think about, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's poly. So it's not anything to be hidden. exploring or whatever the case may be, he should bring it to you. And if he don't bring it to you, then maybe you the side chick. He gonna bring it to his real John.
Maybe he just didn't want to bring it to her on camera.
No. I agree with Lex.
Right.
I agree with Lex. Like, I don't look at women's Instagrams. I'm not looking who you following. I'm not checking your phone. I don't care. Right. It's gonna eventually come out. If I have to suspect it, I'm gonna have that conversation with you. And depending on how I feel about your answer, it's going to determine how I move. Right. I don't do this whole I'm going to cyber stalk you until I find out every detail about you, because what you're going to do with me anyway, what you're going to do if you confront me about it, not only am I going to stand my ground on it, I'm also going to push it back to you like, yo, you felt you had to do that? You couldn't talk to me? You couldn't ask me questions directly? You have the source right here. You have the source right here. I'm in front of you. You couldn't talk to me? So if you couldn't talk to me, that tells me where we're going to go. And that tells me that you're not it. You not it. I just don't have the time. We are grown. We are 100% grown. If you find something about me, if you can't stand like and be real, like, hey, I found this about you, I really would like an explanation. And most men, if you solid, you could stand on business. That's why I said, my man, if you like, you could ask me whatever I follow. Look, I follow some raunchy women on Instagram. I'll admit, I've been confronted about it before in a relationship. Like, yo, why do you follow this person? And I gave a straight up answer like, yo, look, this picture I share, me and the guys, we send pictures like, yo, look at this. And you can't tell me I can't look at something. I can understand and take into account how you feel, and we can talk about it, and I can move forward. I can move differently going forward. But to sit there and try to like, yo, you follow this and this means everything about you. I think the only problem with the scene was his reaction to it. Like, he was not prepared. And he couldn't stand on business.
Well, here's the other thing, though. Let's look at it this way.
If you ever been to Rise and Toast, you'd follow it too.
Right.
Yo, what am I on? What panel am I on right now?
Rise and Toast, baby.
Can you say it again?
You want me to keep going?
Yes. Can you type it in the chat so we can all copy and paste?
But check it though. You have to understand. You got to understand one thing about this. I'm about to break it down to you. She don't like him, didn't like him, and really couldn't like him. And here's why. Because if you like somebody, the moment she found out, she would have called him like, yo, let's talk real quick. Instead, she said, I'm gonna invalidate him. I'm gonna take him out on camera. Whenever I see him, she probably asked for that one-on-one, like, because in those environments in production, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to them. They gotta go bring the cameras over, and then they single you out, and y'all two are sitting there left to talk. And so in this particular moment, that's exactly what happened.
In her defense, Paul, from what we saw,
You can't defend her.
he asked her, where do we stand? And
Understood.
she was like,
Yeah,
this
but
is
it's
what
still,
I have some questions about.
Yeah, but the thing is at the end of the day, he shouldn't have even had to ask her that if she even liked him at all.
Right.
And
if you know.
And if they're talking, right? Because typically everybody's got everybody's number, right? She should have been able to be woman enough to say, yo, there's some things that I learned about you that I'm not feeling. You want to talk about this? But instead, she's like, I don't really give a shit because I don't want you anyway, but I'm still going to take you out on camera. That was that.
This exactly. And I agree with you on that. I think that, and Ty, there's a lot of nonsense that went on in our season.
I don't know nothing.
Want everybody about it on camera, it would cause so many problems. Like, even after the show that I found out, like, yo, I didn't even do one interview, because the questions you're gonna ask me, if I have to tell you the truth, it's gonna cause a lot of problems with different people. And it's not something I'm trying to brag about. It's about being mature enough to handle certain information, and it's not for everybody. We're all in this process together. If you want to try to embarrass somebody, that's your thing. That's not me, right? Like, I could talk to you about it off camera. We can disagree. And when you see me on camera, it's going to be like, yo, how's your day? You're looking beautiful. I'll give you the fake shit just because of the fact I'm going to protect your image. This is something that, again, is one of those things that could harm that man's reputation. It's a weird thing. If he's really looking for love, there's gonna be women outside of here that's like, nah, you ain't it. You follow polygamy. Well, what we follow the hashtag? I need to go look at it, see what's on there. Matter of fact.
Yeah, we almost done, y'all. We almost done.
Right.
We got a date. We got the lounge, some elimination dates the next week, and we almost done. Thank y'all for tuning in still. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments in there. So we got this date with Jay and Koly. And my first thoughts was, I ain't now, Jay. Like, relax, man. Like, she being open, and that can feel inviting. But you can tell, like, towards the end, he saved himself a little bit by saying Kiara's still, at his top.
Yeah.
But he was coming a little hard here. He was coming a little hard.
Like this.
This right here is between them two is going nowhere fast. Like, this ain't a match. This is a good date, not a match. There's no connection here. I think they, had a great time or whatever building. And I think that she was trying to be upbeat just to, save face or whatever. But there's no sparks here, no nothing. This was a date that he was hoping maybe might turn into something. It ain't turning into nothing. This ain't going nowhere fast, period.
So a solid date. I understand you have connections. You understand I have a connection. Let's just have a good date.
That's it.
It don't mean we're going to get with each other, but let's have a good date.
That's what you're supposed to do, though. I'm not mad at the date. I think this is what you're supposed to do. Like, yo, I have a number one. I know, Todd, shut up. I have a top, but at the same time, there are other options because you don't know what's going to happen in this process. People switch up, and it happens all the time. People will switch up on you, and you've got to be prepared to adjust because it's how it is in real life. There are women that are going to switch up. There are men that are going to switch up on you. You are not going to be sitting here. Why are you laughing, Lex? There are people going to switch up on you. And you got to be prepared to adjust. And this is why you're going through this process of dating multiple people and understanding that this is not, hey, I'm coming here and locking in day one. I'm supposed to get to know you, understand what you're about. So my man is exploring what it is. Like, all right, this may be building something. I don't know. But I'm not mad at him.
I ain't mad
he did try to play with physical. My man was moving up on let me show you how to putt.
Right.
He can show you how to get this ball in the hole.
Right.
As he should.
Yeah. Enjoy yourself.
That's the only reason why to go to miniature golf. I hate miniature golf, but that's the only reason for the rub ups.
Let me show you how to do this one.
Where you be going to miniature golf, Lex? Let me find out.
I hate miniature golf. Take me to pool. I'd rather do pool. You could do the rub up.
We gonna rub up there too. Like, yo, let me show you.
He did ask for another date too, right? And she seemed like she was with it.
Let's see if they give it to him.
Yeah, we'll see.
It ain't happening.
Yo, so negative. Yo, who hurt you, bro?
Man. Let's not to make the Jay and Koly date.
You're like, nah, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit.
We feel it was a solid date, y'all. Y'all are good. Y'all both good on camera. Y'all are open and honest and genuinely, going through the process and just exploring.
Have they shown any drama on this season?
No, and I'm thankful.
I'm like hoping because all the drama I experienced, I'm expecting every season.
Listen, man, I only watch the show for heartbreak and ass whoop. That's it.
So I'm happy you said that, Phil, because this was a good segue. And if y'all remember, this is the face that Tommy made because I think it was Fritz who mentioned something about having a drink when he walked into the lounge. Into the vault. And then Tommy was like, yeah. go ahead and drink up. He was like, because we have a feeling we know what's gonna happen. So
But they on the next date.
Yeah. So the fellas are in the lounge, and you can see the drama is starting, right? Fritz did make this, suggestion with his hands about cutting people. I'm pretty sure he had his own explanation. You could see the dudes kind of confront him about it next week. But this week, we see that Fritz said it was time to chop somebody out. And they talked about everybody that was in their top. So Naim mentioned Kiara, Khalil mentioned Deanna, Jay said Koly, but Kiara is still at his top. Hussein, who was quiet, mentioned Tay. And then production being messy. When he mentioned Tay, they showed Cisco's response to that. Cam mentioned Rose. It's probably because he went out on the date with him, but he gone. All right, so Fritz and Shanice and Eddie mentioned Angie and the fact that the more he sees her, the more he likes her. Thoughts on the fellas lounge?
Nobody mentioned Rock. Why is she still there?
We sticking with the positives there, Lex.
Look, man.
We haven't gotten to who they wasn't feeling just yet.
Can I share that this was always the fun part and the worst part? Because you like, I'm making this connection. I'm like, yo, I had a great time. I still remember Dante like, yo, I had a great time with her too. And we did this. And I'm like, hold up, you supposed to be my man. Why you ain't tell me this? Like, you supposed to let me know why we in it. Like, you finding out everybody else had a good time.
Right.
What was that? Everybody mentions out here like the first week, and it was like, yo, hold up, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
So you in there like, you said, you're like, okay. Okay, bro.
I was like looking around like, all right, I gotta keep my eye. Can't trust that. That's why I knew. That's why nobody knew what my top was. I can't tell y'all. I can't tell y'all. But nah, I mean, he seemed like some solid dudes.
Right. And it was like, nah, don't ask me first. Ask him first.
Oh yeah, I always mention. There was sometimes I gave a reverse order. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't gonna know. I can't mess with y'all, man. Some of y'all were petty. Not you, Ty. But some of y'all were petty. Like, yo, she must be dope because he likes her. He seems to be getting some traction. Let me go check her out. And it's like, yo, man, he's up. Just chill. Be cool, man. This is the worst part.
So there was a few people that did mention who they weren't feeling. Fritz mentioned Kiara, and the fact that her child's father being coming out soon, he was ruling himself.
He got too much to lose.
He also mentioned Sahara needed more decorum. Oof. Naim mentioned True, as we knew that was going to probably happen. Khalil also mentioned True. That was awkward. The conversation that they had with each other. But we're gonna get to that.
Did she ever say what her man went to jail for? Was locked up for?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to know. Yeah.
Hell, what? You wouldn't want to know what he's locked up for?
I mean, not on TV. Not on TV.
No, not on TV. But I'm saying, I just wanted to know if she gave that up, because if these dudes weren't asking that, then they all fake.
Yeah, I would be like, if you don't mind,
Yeah,
I would ask.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would also ask about the relationship.
For homicide, it changes things. It's like,
it can't
if he was an ex-army sniper, then
but it's something pretty bad because he in there for a long time. And then on top of it, she said that she think God did it so she could get away. I throw the whole girl away. I'm glad. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad I don't gotta date women, because
he been in the Bing for how long?
I think it was about 6 years, right?
He did.
Oh, that ain't that long. You could do
Yeah, it was
6
about
years
6
on a
years.
I'm
dope
6
case.
years is still whoa. 6
No.
years is some time, bro. You ain't getting
Yeah.
6 years unless it did something. Because 6 years, your lawyer probably dumbed it down a little bit.
No, you could get 6 years for stealing the car. That's a
Wait, Paul,
felony.
he's still there though.
Oh,
Because he got kids. What do you mean? He's still there?
He's still in jail.
No, I think he's coming out soon, right? I think he's coming out.
Yo,
Nah, run it. We
I
can
think
run
he's
it back.
coming out soon.
I don't think so. Not yet. Not like
No,
tomorrow.
He said Kiara's man was an ex-boxer who cheated, went to jail, left her with 2 kids, and will be coming home soon. It's been 6 years. Yeah,
Oh.
it's been 6 years, but they're in a good space and doing it for the children.
I mean, of course they're in a good space. My man's not around. No offense, homie. My man's not around. Like, of course you could be in a good space. What is he gonna be mad at you from prison? That's a wild time to spend 6 years being tight at my baby mother. Like, I got other shit to worry about.
Yeah,
That's
gonna be a fight because that's gonna be a fight because they didn't actually break up. The judge broke them up. So I don't want to hear that.
Yo, you gotta be able to fight. You gonna be with him.
damn. Yeah. So then basically when he come home, then this is over. Whatever we
Pretty
got
much.
going on here. Yeah, so
Or
she ain't in
you gonna have to
position.
deal with it. You gonna have to deal with him. Needing
Nah,
a
I
place
can't
to
be dealing
stay.
with that.
You have to deal with a place
Yeah,
to
I
stay.
can't be going. Nah,
You
bro.
gonna be.
And then she
gonna be-
probably already
you
put
gonna be in
money
the
on
kitchen cooking
his
breakfast.
books. Yeah.
To be honest,
put money on the books.
I tell you, like, she shouldn't even be on the show. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know her whole story, but I do know that they put people on the show based off of what type of story they can get from you, right? They got some people that are like drama. This person is drama. Maybe this person's crazy, and this person could definitely end up blowing up to cause something that's in there. So they do it for the entertainment value. Because if everybody was just good-hearted people, it's like, oh yeah, this is not going to be as entertaining for everybody.
I get that, but just the fact that she has a guy that was in jail and he gonna be out soon, and then now their story is out, so now it can be highlighted, like who know him, and sometimes, like, let's just say it is drugs. Sometimes you might still have some beef or something. It's just messy.
Yeah.
People getting into the background and all that stuff.
And
Like,
you're gonna find out that's toxic. You're gonna be like, yo, bro, if you don't ask the real questions about her and you just going off of looks, you're gonna find out, like, yo, this guy
Ain't you the one that said you won't do the research?
no,
Just
you
let it-
wait a
just
minute,
let it happen?
wait. But see, that's the thing, right? So one, Phil is talking from a relationship aspect. I'm speaking from a street aspect. I know the streets. So therefore, I don't really got to search. I can recognize it. And there's certain things that I know. So that's why I'm saying from the street aspect, not even so much dating her or whatever, from the street side, the fact that he did so much time and all of that stuff, like, it just don't really need to be out there. Me
She's gonna need a
personally,
real
but
dude.
it's whatever.
You got to be a real dude.
How do I say this?
Just say it. Stop being politically correct.
No, other people shouldn't affect your story and your future. She didn't do it. He did it.
Do you know it's called street life? Do you know that people kill?
I understand that.
That's why I said that she's gonna need a real dude. You're gonna have to be. Look, I don't know, dude. I don't know homie's story, but if you tell me your man's locked up, y'all got a kid, and he's about to come home soon, I gotta check myself and know, like, yo, can I fight? If I could fight, then you know what I mean, because there's gonna be some drama. You are not telling me that this man was with you when he went in, and he's gonna be 100% cool when he gets out, right?
No.
There's always that territorial feeling of men, like, yo, you were my boo, you were my baby, we had everything together. Now I'm home, and I see another man eating my fruity pebbles, right? Like,
Right.
yo,
But not only that, she actually said it out of her mouth that she could not leave him. That's why she said God had to separate them and stuff like that. So she wasn't even strong enough to leave.
Nah.
And so when he come home, daddy's home.
Right.
Daddy's
Better
home.
be able to fight.
And then, realistically,
There's gonna be some toxic men that are like, yo, I can take that challenge. There was a time in my life I would have been like, yo, I'm taking that challenge. There was a toxic time in my life Well, I
Yeah,
was
right
like,
now the juice
let's
ain't
do it.
worth the squeeze right now,
Yeah,
bro.
it's not. Now I'm too old. I got too
Yeah.
much to live for. But back then,
Yeah,
boy,
now you know my fighting days is over. You know,
yeah.
it's just we going straight somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about this elimination date with Cam and Sahara.
Oof.
She get at him a little bit. I think there's
Mhm.
a lot more that's going on in this conversation that Sahara is telling us and showing us that I feel like Cam, either he trying to keep it on the low or production's just not showing it. But at the beginning, she said she excited to see Daddy. She also said, you know, you've been right at me. And you could see him try to downplay it a little bit.
Oh, kind of like they talking behind the scenes. You saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's something there. It's something extra there that Sahara's telling us because she's
So they
saying
they
that she is
sexting?
taking it serious. She's super frustrated because you could tell she don't understand what he's telling her because I feel like from her point of view that it's coming from him. And she's like, what are you talking about? You know, I'm serious. From the first time they ever met, Cam was saying, I like the way that you respond to me. That's why I do it. You know, that's one of the first things you could ever hear him say. But then he says more afterwards, saying that a lot of people may not like how Sahara is, but he don't have a problem with it because he knows how to handle her.
Right. So she come in like Precious, you know, from my season as far as like, you know, kind of being the person that people don't really understand in a dating atmosphere. And I feel like she was in this situation, she's like, yo, you want me to remake myself and be somebody else that I'm not. That's what them dudes are saying. I'm not her. This is exactly who I am, and this is who I'm going to be, and this is what you're going to get. Now I could be, you know, whatever, but I can't go and be who y'all want me to be. It's like she's frustrated, like she want to reach across the table and slap something, you know, like she got a little rah rah on him in that moment, and homeboy kept his demeanor. But yeah, like, you know, I think she's the type of chick, type of girl. You meet her, and her thing is you know you gonna get it. You gonna get it how I give it to you, and it just is what it is. I'm not moving. I'm not doing it no other way.
This is what I talk about when I say Cam gonna fuck it up.
Yeah,
You know,
he gonna mess around and smash, or try to get in that and then get caught with the other joint. Look at that hug.
the hugs
Looks
is very
passionate.
telling.
Yeah, it looks
Them
passionate.
hugs is
So
telling.
wait a minute. So you think that hug looked better than the hug that he had with Rose?
No,
No,
Rose liked him. Rose opened up to him. And Rose had
Right.
the underhook. Rose had the
The
underhooks. He got the
yeah, the
underhooks
body.
here.
So what does the underhooks mean to you?
It's
you
the
pick
person
that.
that's in
Pick it up.
control. The person that's
Yeah.
in
The
control.
the
The person
underhooks
in
is the one that's
charge
in
gets the
control?
underhook. Yes.
Really? I never knew.
Oh,
Mm.
I've been a jujitsu instructor for 12 years, so I don't know. But yes, the
So
underhooks is important.
what if one person do one up and one down?
That means y'all both in
Yeah.
control.
Yeah, and y'all going to church.
I agree with you to an extent. I think this is one of those situations that she was in his top and he had to do the elimination. Because I've had to do that. And it's tough. And that's exactly the same thing I think I said. I was like, yo, you know, the other guys ain't with it, but you know, I think I can handle you. But at the same time, I gotta, you know, represent the fellas in doing this elimination. You always want to make sure it doesn't always happen, but if you're doing an elimination, you, at least me personally, I'm gonna try to let you out as respectable as I possibly can. Right.
Yeah.
This
But
you got to, because it's huh?
he know he's not eliminating her though. He know
I don't
this.
know. Oh yeah,
He still gotta give her the fella's
That feedback.
perspective for the
yeah,
camera. But he know he not eliminating her.
yeah, but they also tell you to make it seem like, you know what?
Yeah.
Right. I've
Which
had
is
to do that. Like, yo, you know, you are about to, the guys
yes.
have some issues.
Which is
And
why she's confused because
she's
she
like, you
know
didn't
what the
say anything
deal
to
is.
me?
She know what's going on with her and daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Her words, right? Not mine.
Big Daddy.
I think
So
y'all should watch this conversation again.
you think they hunching?
Listen to it again. Listen to it again. I think it's definitely something more there. I think Sahara definitely calls him out on some things. I think it is her way of letting her know it's her way of letting us know what's really, really going on. And the way that it's edited with the audio, his responses don't even really match up with what she's saying. Because it sounds like two totally different conversations.
I'm gonna lie. I didn't see the end. Not gonna lie. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they are. You think they got some sexual chemistry?
I think
Let
there's
me
more going on.
let me
Yeah,
let me ask you.
the hug thing is definite. There's
Let
definitely
me
more to that hug than
If nothing
so
else, he's definitely trying to beat.
so let me ask something.
yo,
Do you
yo, why? Yo, turn his camera off to say that, so he can't. No face, okay. Yo, like, let me say this slick shit from the back.
do you think that let me ask something. Do you think that this experience can be so overwhelming sometimes to a person that you automatically make a connection with a person to feel good and to feel solid? Like maybe you feeling nervous or anxiety or whatever, like especially with him, he suffered from depression and all that, so sometimes it's not just that. So could it have been that he just connected with whoever was available? Like sometimes somebody can see it, or somebody might give you a pass, or they're more compassionate or whatever, and you just automatically connect, and then therefore it's not really so much a romantic connection, but it's a connection that you guys had with each other. And then maybe on a woman's side, she thinks it's more romantic than not, but you still kind of feed in it, like you kind of play on the teeter-totter because you don't want her to be mad, because then you wouldn't have anybody. Like, has that ever been a
So
thing?
so are you
Yeah.
confirming his lazy hunting style that I mentioned earlier?
No,
Is that what
well,
you're doing
Nah,
right
I
now?
don't. No, I'm not even when you say hunting, that means to me it sounds like he's pursuing. I don't think that's what it was. I think that here it is, you guys, if he's never been in front of the camera, he might be kind of shy, whatever the case may be. So he gets there, and then he just makes a connection with this girl because she might be a little bit more open and a little bit more easygoing. So he connects with her. We're now, okay, well, give me your number and I take your number. And now y'all busting it up. But because y'all busting it up, now she might start thinking that it's more than something, but you let her, that she kind of starting to fall, but you let her because you need somebody to make you feel solid when you go back to taping.
I
so
think
No?
like
we
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
Cam
yeah.
try to get at everyone that he's been on screen with.
Uh,
Only person it
yeah.
didn't work with was Deanna, because Deanna don't date firefighters. You can hear him say that he's interested. I like you. I'm coming at you. You can hear him say this.
You heard him
I
say
think
that to her
You can hear him. And even in the shot afterwards, he says it again that he's actually interested in
in
Sahara.
Sahara? Oh,
Yes.
all right. Okay.
This is why I
I'll
keep
I'll
saying
keep
he gonna mess it up.
I'll keep it 100. Yes, 100%, Lex. Right?
Yes.
There are times based off of the compressed timeline that you're on, like you go. It depends on how many dates they set you up for. Right? I don't know the order of how these dates ended up. They could edit it and move dates around. I know when I was filming, I probably went on one date in the first 2 weeks. So and I was like, yo, I'm talking to a couple other people over the phone. And when they would ask me, I'm like, yo, I'm only talking to 3 people. So if you want me to give you a top, it's going to be the 3 people that I spoke to. Outside of that, I have no clue who everybody else is. I don't blame him for what he's doing because of the fact of, again, it looks on TV that you're seeing it every week, and you think that, oh, there's a whole week that went by and the show came on. Hell no. It is literally like that first week we covered 4 episodes, I think, that they was trying to say, right? And in that compressed timeline, you are trying to fit in and see who's a match. You're not talking to everybody the way you should. I ended up having to literally get people's numbers like, you know what? I'm going to do this on my own. And I'm on the phone. I'm working the hotline. Like, that's how I ended up like, all right, this who I'm starting to weed out, who I'm starting to feel. But in the beginning, if you only have 3 people, it's going to make it look like you only on that one person because of the fact, or it's going to make you look like you're just trying to find a solid spot where in reality, you could have just had, this could be your second date. And it's like, yo, I feel this person because it's the only person I've been with or the second date I've been on. There's so much complexity to how this show went on that I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just like, yeah, you see it on TV. It's like, oh, you got 1 week. It's every week. So I got a whole week to do whatever. And then they put it on TV. Like I said, I didn't watch this. I thought I had mad time and I didn't. I'm like, damn, you told me on episode 4, what happened? Y'all about to cut me. I had 1 date. Who's messing with me?
Okay. Thank you.
But you know what, though? The other side to that is he might be just trying to tally up votes to keep his hope alive.
There were some people doing that.
Keep people interested, selling the Brooklyn Bridge and, and show up for next week.
That's what I thought, especially for her. So all right, are we finished with that one? Because I really need to hear about this hug stuff. The top hug, the bottom hug. Is there a book? Like,
look, this is a sensual hug right here.
I can see things. I can see things.
This is where, if the cameras weren't there and you were closer, right, your hands could move. There's access. Close. There's difference.
So Ty, can you go back to the hug with him and Rose?
On it. Oh, I think it's
okay. So that's not sensual.
Rose is hugging him,
and he not hugging her.
He got the underhooks here. Rose got the underhooks here.
So in the underhooks, you said mean what? You got the control.
It's a difference.
Let me tell you about my hugs, right?
It's a difference.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you, if anybody analyze my hugs, you gonna be asked out, because if I'm trying to fill you up, like say if I like your back and shit, I'm gonna come under because I want to feel your back, kind of like what Rose was doing. And then if it's like this, I want to feel your front. So it's kind of like, well, shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's not a control thing. It's just what I'm attracted to.
Again, you're gonna have to start giving people pounds.
See how long? See how long they hold on to these hugs, how we do it, right? Right? See how long they hold on to these hugs, right? And then, oh man, where is it? Now look at this.
I don't know why I thought that was Cornelius for a second.
The side hug now. That's what they showed next week. This is the side hug because I don't want to say about the conversation with him and Sahara, where she, they pinky swearing and stuff on camera. Now we're doing side hugs because Sahara's in the same room at the same block party. I don't know.
I don't think he's feeling it. I think that's I'm not feeling you, so I don't want you to.
We're not there yet, though. We're not there yet. We're not.
Oh, wait. Was that Rose? Wait, was that Rose?
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. That's next week. That's next week.
I know, but the side hug, that was Rose? Oh, snap. Ooh. Them arms look good, though. I ain't gonna lie.
See? Just a piece of meat.
Focus, man. Focus.
Just a piece of meat.
Focus. There's a reason people become the lazy lion. The
lazy lion works sometimes. Man, sometimes you got to be mysterious. You got to just, You gotta move slow.
All right, let's talk about
line attack a gazelle. You gotta move slow before you pounce. You gotta take your time. Taking this time.
Sahara was told that she is ready to love, which, you know, it ends well for them too. I see something brewing. We'll see how it goes. But then we end up having a really quick date with True and Khalil. I think that was pretty awkward because she had asked him questions about, well, why don't you just ask me? And he was like, I did ask you.
Bless. This was the
And
dumbest
it
thing ever.
didn't have to be that difficult. You know, yeah, like in this situation,
I think she
like,
lying about her age.
How old are you? You know, like,
Yeah.
how old are you?
How old
she
did they
lied.
say she was?
35.
But then it starts to, like, if you, I don't want to
Yeah.
say she lied, but if you withhold the truth about one thing, then it just makes you question other things.
Well,
Like,
you
why,
can't
were you
trust
really
all.
late because you were being late, or you just didn't really want to work out? You know, you
You
didn't
can't
want me
trust
to let you
Holmes.
see you sweat.
Holmes said I was 51, so you can't trust that.
She
But-
was she was really defensive about her age and stuff. I feel like she's in her 40s somewhere. And she giving old energy too. Like,
I think you're right, because the cutoff, I think the minimum age is like 30. You could be 30. So if you're 34, it's not that crazy. So maybe.
yeah, I'm not buying that 35.
Well, the age on her official casting on Owen's page, she's 36.
My dog, I was 51 on Odin's page. You know how hard it was for me to get them to change that, and they never did. I think I'm still 51 to this day.
I get it.
They had you on there as 51, bro.
51, bro. I had people. I'm like, damn, I could be getting some women right now, but I'm like, they hating on me. They're like, yo, this dude. I posted it one time for like my birthday. I'm like, yo, thank you guys. I appreciate you. They're like, yo, we gonna change it. Never changed it, dog. I'm like, you had people really asking if I'm 51. I'm like,
they wildin'. They
wow. I'm like, this could be my one moment. I could be meeting Miss Wright. And she like this, nah, not this senior citizen.
They messed my age up too.
That's crazy as
They
hell.
messed up. They messed me up.
But yeah, no, but I was gonna say on that. Oh, they got you. Oh, they got you right.
That was Essence. Yeah. That's crazy. Yo, let me tell you about friends. They are your biggest haters. Ty, whatever we got going on, bro, let's chop it up.
I got you. Boom. Hey, this was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Nah, dog.
Damn,
they
put
had
mine
us
up there too, Phil.
Nah. I'm talking about the own website. That was Essence. Essence was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool. But the own website, people like, yo, we gonna go check the website. 51.
Damn.
Crazy. Had me looking horrible. And they even touch up the photo or nothing. Had me looking crazy.
You know what? They didn't do any of that because and one person's photo they messed up on my seasons on purpose. And then they wrote them a letter, and then the dude from OWN responded to the person, but thought he was talking to the other producers and was like, yeah, she don't understand that we do this, and it was a big thing. And they
hell no.
Oh, bro, it was wild. It was wild. They effed that. So they basically said they effed that up on purpose. And then when they found out that they sent it to the wrong person, it was like, oh, we want to do something for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be like, you could do this. You could CC my lawyer on all this communication. You can CC my attorney. I don't play that. You ain't playing with the brand.
But but going back to this situation right here, homegirl was hurt. She was butt hurt. She was ego hurt, ego bruised, ego just went dead. And, she tried to kind of, stand aside that and say, no, I'm not hurt or all of that other stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, a man he's having a conversation with you. Yes, you know, he's delivering the message and you're swore that you're in this situation. I get it. A lot of people don't like to feel like they're eliminated because it makes them, you know, feel like, you know, like they failed, you know, and that's one of the things that happens in the show. I mean, ultimately, you know, that's a consequence. You didn't have to go after the dude though. Like he tried to, you know, hug it out or, you know, try to make it, you know, a lighthearted situation, understanding that you were fueled and, you know, you wouldn't even like, you know, take the high road and, you know, take it with class. Like, you know, you're not here to stay, you know, and they tell you that when you first sign up for the show. So for me, all of that bitterness just got splattered all over the screen. And, you know, you make yourself look bad. You make yourself look undateable when other men see this show and they look at you and they're like, yo, man, it's petty as hell. Like, is this something that I really want to deal with? And I mean, this might have just been a moment for her. I'm not saying that this has to define who she is. But what I'm saying is, and this was one of the things that I went ahead on. Like I said, you know, if I get eliminated, I'm going to walk out of there and it's going to be the coolest breeze, you know, ever when I get out of here. You know, that didn't happen, but I wouldn't have sat there and been like, oh, I'm mad as hell at y'all. Like, F y'all. I wanted off of the show. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't get off. So,
same. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but I mean, at the end of the day, come on, man. Have a little bit of class and humility. You know, you were on the show, walk away. You don't have to beat nobody up out the door. You know, that just looks petty.
I'm okay with the way I went out. Went out with some dignity. Okay.
Right.
I'm good.
I think she made herself look bad in her dates, period. Like not trying to answer the questions, all of that. She already looked bad. So it's just the last nail in the coffin or whatever, you know? Like she probably shouldn't even have got so much screen time on the goodbye. Like, yep, sorry, I got to go.
I want to be fair because we only seen what they show. So I don't know what her personality really was or what's going on other dates. I'll say this. This is a bad look for any future relationship that you want because you can't handle tough conversations. You can't handle conflict, whether you like it or not. It's about respect at the end of the day. You can carry yourself with class. You can disagree. You also know that there's a time off camera. There are options that you have at your disposal that you could handle your grievances. The fact that you are choosing to exit stage left with this cloud over you is a bad look. And if you can't handle a form of rejection in this manner where you know people are watching you, that is a bad sign. And for me, it sucks. I prepared my exit every time if I was getting kicked off. I prepared what I was going to say. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to be like, thank you. I'm not going to even give you a back and forth as to, oh, what really happened? Like, yo, if you're kicking me off, please. You know, it was a great time. Thank you. I'm out. If you are choosing to go this route, this is a bad look. For anybody who does this show in the future, save your dignity and go out with class like P.O. and Ty was saying. This is a bad look. I always found that weird when I heard people going out with like some fiery exit. It's like, yo, what do you think you're actually doing? It's not helping you. It's not making you look good. It's not doing nothing. There's no positives from that.
Yeah.
You're not getting.
I took joy. You know that Shannon Sharp meme where you see him do this? You see him be like, that was me a whole bunch of times. See?
Yo, man. We are on this. You got to be prepared to be released. I wanted out. It was hot, man. It was hot, and they lied. So I was ready to go.
Yeah, it seemed like she was trying to deduce it to Naim spreading some negativity about her. There was some things that just didn't look right. What was it? The gym date. After she had the conversation with Naim, you could see her have another conversation with who was it? Khalil at the gym date, and you could see
Oh yeah.
it seemed like she was trying to test the waters with him, but he wasn't trying to hear it, and it just kind of looked bad.
Yeah, but
You
you
know,
know
it
you
looked
have
bad.
other you know you have other methods of recourse, right? Like you think I don't have grievances from this show? Had shit, I would love to air my grievances, but there's a way to go about it, and sometimes it's not the right time and place. Sometimes you just gotta take that L. It's just like, you know what? I know
Yeah,
who I am. Stand on in your ground of who you are, and exit. Handle your
yeah,
stuff on the outside. You got interviews that you could handle and give your take. You could comment in the Facebook group. You could
yeah,
do a lot of other ways to
yeah,
explain your story rather than making yourself. I'll be damned if you catch me slipping.
yeah. You can
Ah,
come
ah,
join the panel, True.
you ain't
True,
gonna do on
Will,
the panel. Come
whoever
on
else,
over.
come through. Come
Come
on up.
on over. I would love to hear your story.
Yeah. So
Me too.
what sucks is that you could see her do like her exit interview, and you know that sucks because you gotta get your outfit, you gotta get dressed up,
Mhm.
you gotta come in there and talk about how you got eliminated. Other cast members may be on site, doing other interviews as well, knowing that you got eliminated, but you still gotta push. You still gotta push through it and show a good face. It's not
Mhm.
easy, you know.
That's
It's
right.
not easy. It's not easy. Shout out to True and everyone else that got eliminated. Like I always say, I hope you were able to learn from this. One of the things that I always like to see from cast members is just growth from the experience. What did y'all think about Ep04 as a whole before we talk about next week?
Like I said, I
Um,
enjoyed it. I'm
Hmm.
enjoying the season so far. I like that
yeah.
there's no girl on girl drama. Sorry, Paul.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I feel like right now it's actually turning the corner, right? Like it's given some excitement or whatever. I know, like at the very beginning, I'm like, yo, they lost they whatever the mojo or whatever they had going on, but it's starting to get back and kick back into gear. Feeling like like it is ready to love. Um, I'm excited to see a little bit more drama. And I want to see a little bit more of a deeper dive into these relationships to see, who's really out here playing with these kids and who's doing what they really need to do.
I feel like it's going there. And y'all know, I say what, after week one, week two, you got a pretty good idea of what's going on with who,
Right.
right? You got a pretty good idea. And then you just
Where you at?
accordingly, right?
Mhm.
Integrity was important to me. Um, so that's the way that I chose. Let's look at some shots for next week. We'll just go through this really quick because I always like seeing the next week they are having a block party, Tommy's block party, and we have a shot
Lord.
with Cam and Rose, a shot with Fritz and Shanice. We got a shot with Koly and Eddie. She asked for a kiss. It does. He don't. It doesn't show if he gave it to her or not. He seemed hesitant, but she did ask, and everybody's all there. And then a shot with Sahara and Angie, and then we have Cisco talking about how he feels like his connection with Tay is fading, and then we get into the fellas lounge where they're going at Fritz for trying to get rid of Sahara, and Cam is the one that's visibly upset about it.
So then let me ask you this then, based off of what we're seeing, and these dudes is in the men's lounge talking, whatever. Is this a setup for a curveball where another woman gets eliminated because they just eliminated the one, and now you're back in the men's lounge? You feel what I'm saying? And Tom, you don't normally go into the men's lounge back to back if there's no elimination.
So I'm gonna say that this is a follow-up men's lounge from this week. I'm trying to see if they have the same. Trying to see if they have the same outfits on.
Yeah. If you go back to the one,
this is some good. This is some good investigative research. No, so it's a different outfit.
Yeah.
No, I think because
it's a different outfit.
During our season, didn't they flip it? Didn't they make it like we had a back-to-back elimination? Like when we went to the retreat, that slave house that we went to.
I want to say we went to the. We were in. I want to say we were in the lounge every week. It didn't necessarily mean it was an elimination, but it was a means to see what's going on and how everybody's feeling.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So there's got to be a double elimination then, if they're in the men's lounge once again, talking about what they talking about.
Yeah, that's a good observation, Paul.
Yeah.
Or could it be, I don't know, could it be beef and then Tommy had to get the men together?
No, because they got the suits on though. Normally when you go into the men's lounge, they tell you to wear like your good clothes, like a blazer and something like that.
It could be some beef where Tommy's getting everybody together. It could be some drama going on. Every time you go in the men's lounge, you got to wear something crazy. Then they never gonna let you walk in with some t-shirts and whatever.
Right.
But it could be some beef.
So maybe something happened at the block party. Somebody said maybe somebody self-eliminated, but I think maybe something happened at the block party and then Tommy had to pull them together. I don't know.
I think it's just planned out because I don't even think they changed the script on how they're not changing the script on this show unless something crazy happens. Like,
yeah, I mean, I could see them saying, all right, this is another one of Tommy's curveballs. All right, gentlemen, you get up in there after this block party.
Double elimination. The men are going to pick
exactly. We're going to get the power back to the men, and it is what it is.
And then the women get the next two.
Right, or something. No, because then they're going to go away on the retreat after that, right?
Well, they want the numbers to be uneven. I think the numbers were uneven when, they want the numbers to be uneven.
Right.
So now it's like, somebody's about to get a lot of attention.
Right,
in all honesty, though, the numbers is uneven because dudes don't be knowing how to. I mean, let me rephrase that.
Come on, Mr. Politically Correct.
Sometimes the numbers is uneven because it's not clear who's
fooling who.
Connection.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying no names. But we seen it with the Miami. We seen it with the Miami cast, right? We seen it with the Miami cast. We seen it with Phil's cast, where we didn't even know what was going on until we saw the pajamas, right?
Yo, what did I do to Todd, bro? Please.
And then that's why I was no.
My man said you see what Phil's cast. I was the whole DC cast.
No, not Phil's cast. I meant to say Paul's cast. It was uneven. I think it's always been uneven because it seems like the women are more willing to wait it out than the guys are.
Right.
Yeah. And there's probably somebody who's
get the drama.
Way more connections. There's probably somebody who's got way more connections and they gotta, all right, Cleveland.
This dude's be like, I can't decide who I like. I like them all.
Listen, production, I don't give a fuck what
I'm
you
not,
say.
Michelle.
when you go into that men's lounge or women's lounge or whatever, you don't have any say so of who's leaving. It's production. Production is saying, We don't want this person. We want these people out or whatever. And so the way it looks like, yeah, they probably going to vote these two people off. That ain't happening. It's whoever they want it to be. So I feel like they got a woman that they want to target to get off the show. So Sahara, her goose might be cooked next time.
Oh, bro, we see Sahara at the mansion.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
Sahara's at the mansion, so they pretty much told us what's going on
Yeah,
because
it's gonna-
their previews has been too revealing.
There's probably going to
Especially
be
for me,
something where they're going to show this beef, and everybody's going to stick up for Sahara, and Fritz is going to lose one of his connections. Because even though they may not, I don't think they've showed your top three like we had to do in the lounge. So there's going to be one of his connections that's gone.
yeah.
You don't have no connection. I haven't seen him with connections.
It's going to be somebody who's going to be like, "Yo, we hate your guts. We
Right.
kicking your boo off," and it's like, all right, well, that's why he's salty right now. This is the picture. This is a picture of salt. Like I stepped in some shit. Like I shouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
He's gonna lose. They're gonna revolt against him because he's probably gone.
Yeah.
He's probably not gonna make it.
Yeah, this could be, or it could be a flip where they throw him off. The men eliminate one of their own and shit, with a curveball like that. Like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna leave it up to the men in this lounge.
They've been trying to throw. I mean, not trying to. They've been throwing a little shade at Fritz from when he was in the gym and everything to him probably not taking his shirt off at the pool. There's some comments.
No offense, I'm not literally. No, I don't think nobody waiting to see Fritz's shirtless body at the pool. I don't think people.
Wait, I didn't even realize that he didn't take his shirt off.
I mean, come on now. You know how some big dudes don't take their shirt off. I don't think
I didn't even peep it. You
I'm
know
not
what's
even big.
so?
I didn't take my shirt off. I don't think.
Yeah, you was kind of shy, but you know what's so crazy? Every time I see Fritz, I feel like he wearing a turtleneck.
I did. What was it? 2 weeks ago when I said that, I told you he's going to be the sugar daddy type. That's like, yo, I got the bread. Let me know. I could write this off on my taxes. We taking trips, but I still want your companion pass. Even though I traveled the world. There's some people who got bread and still fly basic.
That's true. T-Pain just did a post. He said, "Yo, I ain't paying $129,000 to fly a private jet. I'm just getting this first class seat, and I'm good."
Yeah,
he saved 18,000.
He just allowed everybody to come to his pool party. If that's his real house,
there's
gonna be somebody that takes the bait.
I didn't even. You know what though? I didn't know that Philly even had cribs like that.
That's crazy. That's me. Lex about to get you.
Because where I've been at, like most of the cribs are like rolls, or unless you like out on the outskirts of Philly. But the parts where I've been at,
probably in Allentown, bro. You know how it was for us to be in the whole DMV.
Yeah,
we in Maryland, we in Virginia, we everywhere for our dates.
That's true.
He mentioned it was temporary, right? He mentioned it was temporary. He said, "I can't feel it." He said, "I can't feel all this by myself."
Yo, why didn't you give me some date like that, man? Where I could flex like that, like yo, my mansion
to have everybody.
I am looking for somebody to share my life with and fill my home.
Right, I got a whole bar, I got a bar. I'd have had everybody in there twisted and
got 15 gym dates in one hot ass restaurant that didn't have AC. Come on. I couldn't even get dogs. I couldn't get the dogs too. Couldn't find me a house to give me some dogs.
Try to get out of here before the 3-hour mark, y'all.
Oh, okay, yeah, we got to get it moved.
What happens at 3 hours? We turn into pumpkins or something?
We get cut off.
We used to have
that's RTL channel after dark.
We used to have an after dark session. We did, but
so what happened?
Record those. Can't record that.
It won't. No.
I do not consent. I do not.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'm first, right? So
Mhm.
let's see. You already know it's Lex Royal from the Facebook group. I welcome everybody to come. P.O., I think I'm still waiting on a shirtless pic from you. Like, what is
It's
up?
coming. It's coming. It's coming. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I got like 120 more push-ups to do, and then you know it's gonna be on.
I've been waiting for a long time. I'm just saying. But anyway,
He
I
If you
want you
want to
guys.
see Lex, we
I d-
actually did a shirtless pick
Yo,
for cancer donations. We did a
I did.
remember that, Paul?
Yeah, I do. There was a
We did
Yeah,
shirtless
that.
one I had on my IG.
Yeah, we did a shirtless stream to get
For
donations
donations. Yeah.
for the Cancer
hear me?
Society.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, somebody send me that, please. But at the same time, so you can also catch me April 4th on OWN. So
Hold on,
I'll
what you
at
gonna
your
hold on,
girl.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on,
What
hold on,
you
hold on, hold on,
want?
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
Hold
hold on,
up.
hold on.
What's going on?
Hold
You
on,
out
hold on,
here
hold
ready
on,
to
hold on, hold
love?
on, hold on, hold on,
You a
hold on.
curveball?
Hold
Yo, they
up.
wouldn't put me on
Hold
Ready to
up.
Love.
Let us know. Say it again,
Damn.
Lex.
We gonna make
Let
that
us
call to Anthony
know.
right
Say it
now. We gonna
again,
call
Lex.
Anthony right now.
We didn't hear you. Let's be clear. Be clear.
Yeah, what show is this, please?
I am on season 2 of the Never Ever Mets.
I don't even know what show that is, but it sounds fire.
What is that?
It comes on April 4th on OWN. It is
Never
the
ever.
show where, okay, so I'm gonna tell you real quick. It's the show where you talk to somebody over the phone, online or whatever, and you never met them, and then you go to a house and you meet them for the first time and you date them. Yep.
It's
Oh,
based in Philly.
No, it's in Cali.
Ooh.
so
Oh, Lex
is
out
this
here
a new?
flying. Lex
Is
out
this
here
a
getting flued out.
I got
getting
flued
flued
out,
out?
baby.
Is this
He
a
got
new
flued
show
out.
or what? Is this how long has this been going on?
Is
They
what?
just
The
started
never,
showing
the
promos,
never,
right?
the
They
never
just
ever
Yeah,
started
they
showing
met.
promos.
they just released the commercial.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we about to go
So
check this out. Now I gotta see. We gonna be
Oh,
asking Lex for some pictures.
you ain't see the commercial? I'm at to
Oh
send it
no,
to you.
we gonna yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
do. We
I'm
gonna
so
have to do a
traumatized from
review.
home. So
We got to do
it's
a
time to
review
send
on
me
that.
the clips. I don't frequent that channel no more. I don't frequent that
Yeah.
channel. So I'll be sending me
Yes,
the clips.
Paul.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing reviews on that one.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to
Definitely.
ask for some pics.
I
Lex, you
can't
gotta
wait
send
to
us all
talk. I
pics.
can't wait to talk shit. I can't
Yeah.
wait to talk.
All
I
the
can't wait
all
to
the
talk shit.
screenshots.
For the record, remember that the camera adds 40 pounds.
Woo! Lex me. Lex. Lex about to delete any comment in that group. I
You
wish
know
I
what?
wish I wish you would. I wish you would.
No.
I ain't mad.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Wait. So there is a Never Ever Mets group. Ready to Love is just Ready to Love. It's always been Ready to Love. So even though I am in it, they still can't post in the Ready to Love group about the show. So I announced it in there, but they got to go over to the Never Ever Mets group.
Are you gonna be looking at the
Okay.
comments? I would tell you
Okay.
don't look at the comments. Don't look at comments.
She
I'm a
gonna look
look,
at the comments. She gonna look.
It's the
but
best peace of mind that you could ever have because people, you have to remember, there are people who literally their daily lives is to troll,
That
right?
street
He
gonna.
know that.
Let's
He
gonna
know
be. I
that.
know this bitch.
Make
I
it
know this
dope.
ugly buff ain't say this
She
about
already know
me.
that.
I didn't look
yo,
at no.
I already got it. They already start sending around screenshots and all that stuff.
Oh,
So it's already started. And then
Yeah.
one girl, she posted my picture in the group. So I was like, she kept asking me, was it me? But they didn't give me the release to say anything. So I couldn't say anything. So she kept posting and I kept deleting it. So then she came at me like, why you keep deleting my posts? Right. So I was like, if you want to talk to me, inbox me. She's like, do you be inboxing the cast members when you be posting up their pictures? I was like, all right, got you. I just blocked her, like, out of
damn!
here.
You should join Rock. I
Huh?
mean, it's not. I say you should just let it rock. It's not like they're gonna go back and edit you out. It's like, you know what I mean?
No, it wasn't that though. I just didn't want it. I don't know what happened. I just didn't want her to be causing trouble in the group, and I can't say nothing because I wasn't approved to say anything. now I could talk about it, but I wasn't approved at the time, so I just,
Hold
and
on.
then she was being nasty. Like, come on,
Quick question, Lex. Where
yeah.
the hell are you driving to? It's been 3 hours, and you've been
I
driving.
told you I was coming down from. I told you I was coming down from New York.
I'm like, yo, it's been 3 hours, and the background's still moving. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
Lex is
I
driving
was
back from
coming down.
Cali right now. She was just
I was
filming
coming.
this.
I was coming down from New York, and that's all I gotta say about that.
Okay. Whatever you got in New York, we ain't gonna ask questions till next week.
I can't wait to see this drop.
Oh yeah, we can't wait. I'm about to ask. I'm about to be like, Lex, you nonchalant like this?
Right. Right.
Definitely not nonchalant, but since y'all guys didn't see it, I could tell you like I'm dating what's his name? Chris from Ty. You not gonna say nothing, Ty? You just gonna have me out here all by myself, Ty? Like that's really you ain't gonna say nothing?
I don't know nothing.
From what?
Nothing.
From Ready to Love?
I'm letting you say it.
Chris from Ready to Love, Dallas.
What? Chris? Hold on, I need to text Chris right now. Let me text Chris right now.
The other Chris. It's the other Chris, Phil.
I don't know
the
no
other Chris. Not Jamaica Chris.
Only know one Chris. Huh?
Not Jamaica Chris.
Not Nigerian Chris. There's another Chris.
There's
6'3" Chris.
With the fro.
Yeah, baby, that country.
I got hype. I was about to text Chris right now, like my brother.
Talking about country
Welcome
Chris.
back. I don't know which Chris that is. So
Country Chris.
Country. I don't know, man.
He was a wild card. He was like one of the wild cards.
I didn't watch.
He got the fro or whatever.
I didn't watch. I only met the other Chris because we was in Dallas.
Right.
But
okay.
All right, go ahead, girl. We about to watch that. Top panel on Wednesday.
Yes.
By the way, man, we was looking for you, Phil, the other day.
Who?
We went to brunch. I was like, yo, we gotta get Phil out here.
Yo, man, y'all be trying. Yeah, let me know. I'll step out. I'm about to try to set up. I'm gonna set up a house party, a house gathering. This time I have security. I'm gonna have security because the last time I did something, shit popped off.
Lex, you good with your closeout?
Send me an invite. Yeah. Sorry, it went long.
Paul, what you got?
You already know PO 100 sightings IG. I'll let your hero.
Y'all even want to say nothing after that. That's crazy. I'll ask you. Like, I got nothing.
Phil.
I'm just Phil. Respectfully, P. I'm not a hero. I one day aspire to be like Paul. I just want to let y'all know he's my idol now because that was crazy. It caught me so on guard. Hero.
Well, I'll just say, Lex, congratulations again.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
I know Phil and Paul will both be here for mental health support if you ever need it.
Yeah.
Or how to handle these interwebs and these interviews because it is like Phil mentioned earlier, the interviews is a really good chance for you to tell your story and show who you really are, despite what was seen on TV. Mm-hmm. So it could really change a lot of the perception about you. How you do the interview.
I wish I did one. You should definitely.
So congratulations. Thank you everyone that's here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Paul is also streaming on his channel right now as well. So thank y'all again. We'll be back next week. And you never know, in April, we might be discussing Never Ever Mets.
Might be.
Okay. I'm
So-
definitely. I'm gonna be
We
on
on there
that. Find you
analyzing
phone.
every move. We're gonna be like, yo, Lex, what were
We
you
might have
thinking
a
in this
separate
moment?
panel just for that. A separate
What were you
Yes.
panel
thinking
just for
in this
that.
moment, Lex?
Mhm.
What were you thinking?
Okay.
That's gonna be deep, and you know I don't got no filter.
Mm-hmm.
I already
Hey.
know.
Oh,
All
my
right,
bad.
guys.
All
Take
right,
care.
y'all. Have a good night, y'all.
All right,
Have a
thanks.
great night.
Have a good night.